Baseball season continues at Donley Field as the Grayson County Cougars take on their arch rival, the Edmonson County Wildcats. The Cougars trying to bounce back from a split series against Whitesville Trinity last week via Gage Napier, the starting pitcher tonight. And listen, when it's Grayson Edmonson, you just got to buckle in and have a good time. And a good evening, and welcome to Donley Field for this evening's coverage of Cougar baseball on K105. I'm Sam Gormley. He's Steven Smith. We've pulled out the big guns for this game. Now, I'm not even sure here. I'm a little rusty on this, but Steven, are you rusty?
I'm always rusty. I usually don't get in the vibe until about halfway through. So yeah, be my first baseball experience up here tonight. So
it's a little different than the 72 degrees of the Cougar Den, but weather-wise, it's a little chilly outside. In this press box, though, it's a little toasty.
A little warm up
here today.
It's a beautiful afternoon to be playing baseball, and for watching sports, I like watching baseball as well as anything.
Baseball, the thing I love about it the most is there's just so much little strategy, and it's the perfect on. Maybe it's a little chilly for it today, but if it's about 70 degrees, a light breeze, there's nothing better than sitting at a ballpark with a hot dog, maybe some nachos, as Nacho Embry over to our right today, and a nice cool beverage, and just enjoying a game.
Well, I know you love it because there's a ton of stats for baseball. I mean, you can have stats about just about everything. So
look at all the stats I have in front of me here.
That's awesome.
And see, sometimes I have to remember that some of the stats I can't necessarily bring, like exit velo and all of that. Coming up next here on our pregame show, we will bring you the starting lineups and all the play-by-plays. This is Grayson Edmonson. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Friends don't let friends overspend. If you're looking to upgrade your home without blowing your budget, at Box Drop Litchfield, we've got brand new mattresses and furniture at the lowest prices around. Everything's in stock and ready to go, so you can take it home today. Hurry, because the first to arrive gets the best selection. Find us at 115 Sequoia Drive, across from Farmer's Feed Mill. Box Drop Litchfield. Come see what everyone's talking about, and a proud sponsor of Cougar Sports.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness, offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
When you give blood, you give life. And when you give life, you change lives. Make a life-saving impact by donating blood with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, your hometown partner. As the sole supplier of blood products needed in Grayson County, your donation ensures a stable and adequate blood supply for you, your family, friends, and your neighbors. You are the hero when you give. Feel the power of community and compassion in every drop. Give life and change lives with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center. Life is on the line.
Welcome back here to Donley Field, Grayson County and Edmonson County. Let's meet the starting lineups for both of these teams. First for Edmonson County. Leading off the shortstop, Hunter Wilson. Batting second at third base, Braxton Green. The three-hole hitter will be the first baseman, Drew Pierce. Batting fourth and catching is Logan Key. The five-hole hitter will be the second baseman, Jacob Logan. Batting sixth and pitching is Elliott Stice. Batting seventh in left field is Tyson Meredith. The eight-hole hitter will be the right fielder, Connor Self, and batting ninth, the designated hitter, is Chase Bullock. Once more, that lineup for Edmonton. Wilson at short, Green at third, Pierce at first, Key as catching, Logan at second, Stice on the mound, Meredith, Self, and Bullock will round out the order. Going up against the starting pitcher, Gage Napier, today for the Grayson County Cougars. As right now, we only have one umpire, Steven. I don't know if the other one is maybe making his way in, or if we're doing a one-man umpiring crew today. Yeah, I would be surprised if it's a district game with a one-man umpiring crew, but I've seen crazier things.
Maybe on the honor system. If it gets you, you call your own.
Can you do that in Grayson Edmonson?
I don't think so.
Gage Napier warming up on the mound. We'll bring you the Grayson lineup right now. It'll be Jake Bradsher catching, Jet Hawkins in center, Case Rogers at third. Mentioned Napier on the mound, Bonnock at short. Brody Armstrong in left, Spencer Langdon second. Rod Morris at first and Zach Snyder in right field for the Cougars. For Napier today, it'll be a 6-start record of 1-3, 3.2 ERA, 29 strikeouts, 15 walks, and 30 2/3 of an inning pitched for Napier, the Kentucky Wesleyan signee, going up against this Edmonson County lineup. And biggest thing with these two teams is they know Gage very well, and Gage knows them very well.
Yeah, got the chance to see Gage throw already a couple times this year, and know he's been looking for this year for a few years, his senior campaign, and hope he gets off to a good start tonight. Pitched pretty good in the early innings. I think it was against Whitesville. I was here. Got a little bit loose later on in the game, but really fine high school pitcher.
He has pitched a ton of innings for this Grayson County squad as well throughout the years, and has done, he's been an excellent, and the best part about Gage, too, is he's an A-plus kid. And that's the part I know you as a dad. That's what you like hearing that your kid's a good athlete or a good player. You just want to hear that they're a good person, and Gage fits that bill.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I know watching him on the hardwood for a couple years there, and he set this year out to concentrate on baseball, but really appreciated watching him over the last few years, and like you said, a good kid.
We have another umpire, Steven, so it looks like we're about ready to roll here for Grayson County, Edmonson County. Edmonson County in the powder blue, all baby blue. You as an alum are.
Yeah, that came after, obviously, probably over the last.
Looks like the old Royals.
3 or 4 years. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a traditionalist, but it seems like all the sports are wearing the lighter blue over there in Brownsville. So they didn't ask me what I thought, and what I think don't matter.
And they sure didn't ask me.
I'm still looking for the orange on orange for the Cougars.
I've been rumored that was going to be happening, and the girls have worn it before, but
yeah.
The downside is you kind of look like a traffic cone. It's very orange.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very orange. Gage Napier about ready to let us roll, and we're going to be starting right at 5:30 here. From Donley Field, the senior Napier will be facing Hunter Wilson, the senior. These are two guys that have gone up against each other a lot over the years. And the first pitch from Napier is inside for ball one, and that is how we get started here this evening. Game time temperature about 66 degrees. There's a little bit of wind, nothing really to report though. 1-0 coming from Napier to Wilson is fouled off behind the plate. Wilson, really good player for this Edmonson County team. Only a .517 average with a couple of homers, 12 RBIs, and 3 doubles. Just .517, Steven, just casual numbers.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
That'll do. And he's been dealing with an arm injury, which has limited his ability to pitch because he's also an excellent pitcher. 1-1. Misses high.
I was looking at stats earlier, and I remembered him being a really good pitcher, and I didn't know about his arm issues, but kind of surprised that he wasn't pitching more, but obviously that makes sense.
2-1 coming from Napier to Wilson. And it just misses on the inside corner, and Napier has fallen behind now at 3 balls and 1 strike to Wilson. Wilson, an excellent player. And I know Michael Meredith, the head coach for Edmonton, we were talking pregame as the 3-1 comes to Wilson, and it's inside, and it hits him. A hit batter, that's one thing that has been kind of the bane of Napier's existence. It's the 10th hit batter of the season for Napier. And that'll put the first runner on base. But for Wilson, they were talking in the opening, they were trying to figure out where exactly he was going to play in the field today, just based on how that arm feels. And he's playing short, which would probably tell me that the arm's feeling pretty okay today.
Yeah, he's probably got feeling a little bit looser there maybe than some other times, because you can get some pretty long throws coming from short. Have to throw it really hard. Braxton
Green watches a first pitch low and outside for ball one. Tight strike zone early from our home plate umpire. No ABS in the high school game. At least not this year. Maybe next year. We'll have it. As the 1-0 comes, Napier takes a peek at Wilson, who has a large lead down at first. Napier delivers the 1-0, and it's a cold strike inside corner to Green. Green, the youngest player on this Edmonson County squad, an 8th grader, 364 average with 7 RBIs and a double. He came up as a 7th grader, and if my memory is right, made his varsity debut in this game a year ago against Grayson County. And he swings and misses at that pitch, and Napier fights back to go 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Talking about the ABS, I was talking to a coworker of mine, and I asked him what he thought, and he said, well, he kind of like you, he's a little bit of a statistics nerd, and he said, man, it just gives you a bunch more stats. I love it.
1-2 pitch is popped off out of play behind us. And I always love watching here at Donley Field, Stephen, the reaction from fans when that ball goes behind us, as you can easily tell whose car that's coming very close to, because it's that little bit of a grimace. That's why I park all the way at the end of the parking lot. Napier takes a peek at Wilson, who leads off on first. 1-2 pitch coming to Green, and it's a pickoff move back in safely as Wilson.
Last week at the Whitesville game, and you always see people scatter when there's a pop-up like that, and Charlie Gaither was back here in the back throwing the football with some kids, and he was sitting down on the side. I'll finish this.
1-2 pitch, swing! Oh, no, he just got enough of it. I thought it was missed by Green, but he just fouled it off as it goes to the backstop.
But the ball goes up, and everybody's yelling heads up, and I see Chuck. He stands up and takes 3 or 4 steps forward, covering his head. The ball landed right where he was sitting. If he hadn't moved, it would have bonked him right square on top of the head. So
he's probably around here somewhere tonight with his camera.
I'm sure he is.
1-2 pitch. Wilson bounces back and forth off. Pitch misses low. Nice stop by Jake Bratcher behind the dish. Your defensive alignment, Armstrong in left, Hawkins in center, Snyder in right. Around the horn is Rogers at third, Ballnock at short, Langdon at second, Morris at first, and Bratcher hanging the signs for the senior, Gage Napier. Hard ground ball to Ballnock, backhands it on the ground. He'll throw on to second. There's one. The relay not in time. Morris does a good job diving over to grab that ball. Really nice play by Chase Ballnock, though, at short.
Yeah, that one ate him up pretty good, going to his right and had to get in front of it, did a good job. And I was thinking whenever he picked it up, he's probably just going to go one, but still was able to get the lead runner there at second.
Drew Pierce, the first baseman for Edmonson County, gets his first plate appearance of the game. He's hitting .429 with 4 dingers and 17 runs batted in. And first pitch coming from Napier to Pierce is outside for ball 1. I know Pierce is a name you know very well, right?
I was just getting ready to say it's not the son of the guy that you know, but a nephew of athletic director Kyle Pierce, his dad Chad, who was a 2-sport player. I think at Lindsey Wilson, Chad played baseball and basketball.
Chad's the best Pierce of that.
He's definitely
clan,
the most
right?
Athletic. Yeah. Now Chad wasn't much of a defensive player, but when he got hot, he could flat fill it up from outside. So.
Is this on the floor? On
yeah,
the basketball floor?
Yeah, baseball. I don't remember. I think he played shortstop and pitched some, but he was definitely a really good basketball player too.
The 2-0 pitch coming to Pierce is fouled off his foot and rolls back, and that never feels great.
No, Pierce.
I think it might have been off his knee, in fact. He's stretching that.
Kind of favoring his knee a little bit. Looks like he's right on top of the plate from our vantage point up here, really, really close up in the batter's box, and probably be looking for some of those if you're standing that close.
And that never feels good. At least it's not 40 out, because that's when it really hurts.
True.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Pierce, or to Pierce from Napier. And it's fouled off right side. And I always like on those, that's towards the player parking lot. You could always tell in the dugout that they're like, oh, is that my truck?
Everybody watching there, it looks like the net did a good job of corralling that one for us.
Yeah, we don't quite have the net all the way up the line here, like you've seen in Major League stadiums, but luckily nobody sits up the lines. 2-2 pitch coming. Green, the runner on first. He takes a large lead. Napier will go for a pickoff move, and easily in there is Green down at first. This Edmonson County squad has hit a little bit of a rough patch, 7-9 record. They have lost, though, 5 of their last 6 games. Lone win in that stretch was against John Hardin last week. Break even to Pierce, and he's down on strikes. Gage Napier gets his first strikeout of the game for out number 2 here in the top half of the first inning.
Not exactly sure. Maybe that had a little bit of a break to it, I think, because Pierce was kind of shaking his head when he went away there. I think it was foul tip, but Jake was able to hold on to it.
Logan Key, the sophomore catcher, 340 average with 4 RBIs. First pitch in there for a called strike. And we've seen this from Gage over the years where sometimes the first inning can be a little bit of a ride, but then he settles in, and once he settles in, he can really go on a roll. And there's a looping shot right side. Zach Snyder, the right fielder, has it read, and that is the inning. Edmonson County puts a runner on base but can't do anything with it. It's the Wildcats 0, and the Cougars are coming up as this is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
At your global getaway, we're all about creating unforgettable journeys. Now's the perfect time to plan your 2026 adventure. Fancy a Royal Caribbean cruise, a Hawaiian escape, or a magical Disney World trip? We've got you covered. As a Royal Caribbean Master of Adventure, we're here for your cruise weddings, honeymoons, and vow renewals. Trust us, you'll be in expert hands. Visit yourglobalgetaway.com and let's make your dreams a reality. Your adventure awaits.
Smith Overhead Door isn't just about opening and closing. We're about safety, security, and style for your home or business. As a Future Designs company, we're lifting expectations across Grayson and surrounding counties with top brands like CHI and Chamberlain.
Hey there, I'm Kevin Brooks with Smith Overhead Door. Whether it's a sturdy LiftMeister for your garage or a sleek Clopay door for your shop, we install and service with a commitment to reliability. Smith Overhead Door, we're opening up possibilities.
Secure your entrance at sohd.info.
Kentucky's outdoors is calling, and the time to answer is now. From world-class fishing on our lakes, rivers, and streams to renowned deer, turkey, small game, and other great hunting opportunities across the Commonwealth, don't forget your hunting and fishing license. Don't hunt or fish? You can still support conservation by joining Kentucky Wild and helping protect our most vulnerable wildlife. Hunting and fishing licenses, Kentucky Wild memberships, they're investments in our wildlife and outdoor spaces, so they thrive for generations to come. Get yours today at fw.ky.gov.
Welcome back to Donley Field. Grayson County and Edmonson County matching up here. Grayson County will be facing the Edmonson County starting pitcher, Elliott Stice. It'll be his 8th game, second start, record of 1-0 with a save. An ERA of 0.4, 21 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 17.2 innings pitched. He's allowed 1 earned run all season long for the Wildcats.
Yeah, went down and was talking to his parents, really close friends with them, and said he was starting today. And I said, well, how's he doing? He said his dad was quick to tell me he's got 0.4 ERA. I said, well, that'll get it done.
And you're saying, like, he's been really good this year. And if you're Grayson County, you're probably saying, hey, he's due to have a game where it's maybe not pitching as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a little bit of not really a sidearm, but he comes down a little bit lower on that right-hand delivery. Be interesting to see if the guys can pick up on that.
He'll face Jake Bratcher to lead off for the Cougars. And the first pitch right back up the middle, splits the legs of Stice, the pitcher, and it's a leadoff runner on base for Grayson County.
That's the thing that I know you want to be patient and see what kind of pitch selection the pitcher's going to be throwing that day. I'd be under the impression, jump on the first pitch every time, because you know the pitcher is wanting to get ahead, and they're probably going to throw you something good. I like Jake's approach.
It'll be Jet Hawkins now to hit for Grayson County. Hawkins hitting .400 this season with a couple of doubles, a couple of triples, 7 RBIs this year. First pitch he sees misses high with a breaking ball. Hawkins, here, I'm going to bring you your baseball stat here.
Here we go.
OPS of over 1,000. And
Okay.
if you're wondering what is OPS, that is your on-base percentage plus your slugging percentage. If you have an OPS over 1,000, that's elite. And he'll pop one straight up in the infield. Scouring back is the shortstop, Wilson, and he'll catch it for out number 1.
That's probably one Jet would like to have back. Just barely missed that one, got a little bit underneath it there and popped it up to the shortstop.
Case Rogers, the third baseman, gets his first plate appearance, hitting .209 with 6 RBIs and a double. You're always interesting here to see, if you're Grayson County, how aggressive are you in running early to try and put some runners in motion. Pickoff move, Bratcher in there easily back at first base.
I think you probably, for me, first time through the lineup, I don't like to take the bat out of the hitter's hands. You like to see the motion on the base pass, but I'd also like to see the hitter have some free rein here as well.
Pitch misses outside. First one to Rogers. It is kind of an awkward delivery from Stice.
Almost a 9:30, 10 o'clock type delivery there.
And it's almost got like a hitch in it of sorts, where and he kind of whips it around and misses high, ball 2. As, it's kind of like that, Otega Owe on his jump shot for Kentucky kind of paused halfway through, and it's almost like Stice does that. He doesn't pause necessarily, but it's just kind of a long time getting around. But with that, that's probably something you'd think you could run on if you're Grayson County. The 2-0 pitch, breaking ball drops it in there for a called strike.
Appears to be throwing a lot of breaking balls too, so that's something to watch, that you might be able to get a tip that breaking ball's coming and get a chance to run on if the catcher has to bobble it or pick it out of the dirt.
Bratcher takes the lead off first. Rogers misses right on cue. The throwdown not in time. It pops into shallow center field, but nice backup by Logan, the second baseman. It will be, though, a stolen base for Jake Bratcher. Good pitch to run on, and Bratcher's able to beat it out. 3 balls, 1 strike now. And Bratcher's off and running. It's a called strike on the inside corner, and he'll easily have that bag taken as he took off running before the windup even started.
Yeah, I don't know if the catcher wasn't aware of that. It maybe surprised him that he was going so quickly. Didn't make a throw down there. Maybe he knows he didn't have him beat, so he just ate it.
Full count pitch. Extending, hard ground ball to the second baseman, Logan. And listen, that does the job.
Yeah.
That'll play to run, and the aggressive base running gives the Cougars a 1-0 advantage.
Yeah, a little bit of small ball right there with Jake getting a couple stolen bases, and then Rogers did exactly what he needed to hit it to the other way.
Gage Napier, the starting pitcher. Bases open for him, but he's had a really good year with a bat. Improved that batting average a lot. 3-1 average with 8 RBIs, 4 doubles. For him, his OPS over 900. First pitch outside, ball 1 for Napier. Trying to help himself out in this scenario. The Kentucky Wesleyan baseball signee, they're getting a good one. He'll do a ground ball in the hole, backhanded by the shortstop Wilson. In the hole, he'll throw, not in time. Hustling all the way is Napier. Ball did bounce away from Pierce, but that's an infield single by my count.
Yeah, pretty tough play for Wilson at shortstop right there. Got him pretty deep. He did a good job of picking it up cleanly, but that's going to be a tough throw across the diamond there.
He might have been able to throw me or you out, but
yeah,
with somebody who's in good shape like Gage, it's not going to be much of a contest.
You think about a kid like Gage, and no disrespect to the facilities and the programs that are available here at Grayson County High School, but you get him into a D2 program where he's going to have somebody working with him every single day. Expect to hear big things from him over the next few years.
First pitch to Chase Balnock misses for ball number 1. Do have a courtesy runner down there at first as well for Napier. And he's picked off. Throw to Pierce. Back now to Wilson. Wilson will chase. Back to the pitcher. And the turf monster gets him, and that is the inning. Picked off. Cougars, been an issue all season long, and another pickoff there ends the inning. Grayson County, though, does get 1 run, and we head to the second inning. It's 1-0. Cougs on top. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Paying for your student's college can feel overwhelming. Scholarships and grants help, but they might not cover everything. That's where the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan comes in. With competitive low interest rates and no application, late, or other fees, the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan offers a smooth and affordable solution. Owned and managed by a state-based nonprofit lender, we're committed to helping families like yours. Apply today and take the next step in supporting their dreams. Visit KentuckyAdvantageLoan.com or call 800-988-6333 to learn more.
Across Kentucky, treatment providers, state and local governments, and nonprofit organizations are working together to support your pathway to long-term recovery. These providers and communities of recovery will walk alongside you and help you find your recovery journey. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, the KY Help Call Center can connect you with resources right now when you call 833-8KY-HELP. You can also visit findhelpnowky.org to find treatment options near you.
In life, things aren't scripted. If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Welcome back to Donley Field. Grayson County has a 1-0 advantage against Edmonson County. Sam and Steven with you here. Not basketball, but it was a fun basketball season on both teams. I know last night, I want to thank the girls basketball team for inviting me to the banquet. You were invited as well, but I feel like you were probably going to be invited regardless.
Yeah, we were a little bit up in the air on that one because Hannah was playing in a travel tournament up in Cincinnati over the weekend, and they had an earlier game. I think they maybe started at 10:30 our time on Sunday morning, and was able to make it back in time for the banquet, but had a really good evening.
Yep, and Coach Mack gave a really good talk. And the best part of about that night was when he talked about Lucy Torrance, the lone senior on the Grayson County team. Really nice moment from him, and well deserved for her as well. As we talked about Gage being an A+ senior human being. Lucy definitely fits that mold as well.
Absolutely so. And Lucy was one of those people that you look back next year and you may not realize how much you're going to miss her until the game gets started and some of the little things she did.
Jacob Logan leads off for Edmonson County here in the top half of the second inning against Gage Napier. Logan, the second baseman. First pitch coming from Napier is popped off right side. Morris will give it an eye, and he can't get the play. That's a really tough play. It ended up staying in play, but for a first baseman, you're going backwards. That's tough.
Yeah, I guess early on you just have to figure which way you're going to turn, and he was kind of turned over his right shoulder, and just a tough play for any first baseman.
And for the second baseman, it wasn't quite hit high enough for for Spencer Langdon rather to have time to go over and grab it. 0-1 pitch coming inside, diving out of the way of that for Jacob Logan. If you're Jody Nutt, you're probably just going to say, hey, Spencer, it's a rebound. And then he'd have gone after it and probably gotten it. Because I feel like there weren't many basketballs that on the floor this year for basketball that if Spencer Langdon had his mind to it, rebound he wasn't going to get. Fouled off.
Joey Votto get that one?
Probably. Yeah, I think so. Votto was Gold Glove first baseman. Listen, you know me, I'm not going to say a negative word about the best first baseman in Cincinnati Reds history.
Is he going to make Cooperstown?
He sure as heck better. And my friend and I have already said that we will be there.
You're going?
Yep. I've never been to Cooperstown. 1-2 pitch. Finds the hole right side for a leadoff base hit. They're going to throw to first. It's not in time. I think if Zach Snyder, he hesitated ever so slightly. If he wouldn't have hesitated, it might have been a play.
Yeah, that's one of those things right there. Good job by Logan. You just hit it where they ain't and got it right between the first baseman and second baseman. Snyder did a good job of coming in on it. Just wasn't able to get it there quite quick enough. Logan, pretty quick runner, too.
Elliot Stice, the pitcher, 208 average with 7 RBIs, trying to help himself out here. Showing bunt, lays it down right back to Napier. He'll take the easy out at first. And there's one down here in the second inning. The sacrifice goes 1-3 on the putout. Have you been to Cooperstown?
No, I have not.
Is that something you?
It would interest me just from the historical side of it and getting to see a lot of those guys. But
see, the one thing I've heard is there's first pitch to Tyson Meredith as a called strike. Meredith hitting .294 average with 3 RBIs and 2 doubles. The one downside to something like Cooperstown is that it's not like it's a destination. There's a swing and a miss. He really fooled him there. Where it's not like in New York City where it's like, okay, well, we can do 3 or 4 other things while we're there. Cooperstown kind of in the middle of New York where you got to make a trip to Cooperstown. 0-2 pitch coming to Meredith. Misses high.
Yeah, did some, not really research, but just read some articles about some of the people that vote and what they look for, and just kind of interesting to see the take on why they pick one player over another.
I think some of them just close their eyes, too. Called strike 3. Meredith goes down on strikes. And the lineup now goes towards the right fielder, Connor Self. Self hitting .265 with 7 RBIs. That runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the second. Self a left-handed hitting right fielder. Wildcats have a couple of lefties. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, Napier really settling in right now. Gave up the 1 hit to Logan there through the hole on the right side of the field, but over the last couple hitters is really spotting his pitches pretty well.
That's one of those two that you just tip your cap because it was hit where they ain't.
Yep.
Pops straight up in the infield. Case Rogers, the third baseman, charges in. He'll make the play, and that is the inning. Edmonson County puts a runner in scoring position but can't do anything with it. It'll be the Cougars coming up to hit. Ball knock Armstrong Langdon. That'll be in the bottom of the second inning as this is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Welcome back to Donley Field. Bottom of the second inning. Grayson County has a 1-0 advantage going up against Elliott Stice, the Edmonson County starting pitcher here. It is a very nice crowd has piled in here too today. When you're sitting in that sun, it feels good. If you step into the shade, it gets a little chilly.
A little breezy. Field looks nice tonight. With normally this time of year, you're probably squeegeeing water off the field, but haven't had a very wet spring. So the coaching staff's done a pretty good job of keeping the field in good shape.
Yeah, I got to knock on some wood there for Jody Nutt. I think we're supposed to get some rain maybe later on this week. Ball knocked to lead off. He was in the batter's box when the last inning ended on the base paths. The first pitch he sees from Elliott Stice in the first inning misses for ball number 1.
Yeah, we went to break, but Edmonson County did a pretty good job of running that pickle there and was able to get the runner out.
The 1-0. Called strike on the inside corner. It somehow found the zone. Did Nacho about fall out of his chair over here to the right?
Nacho's going down.
My goodness. It's a wonder that, we can't take him anywhere, can we?
Next time we're going to have to get up here earlier and steal the good chairs.
The 1-1. This is outside for ball 1. See, the thing is these two down to our left will fight for the chairs, the good chairs. I know they will.
They look a little better than the ones me and Nacho are sitting in.
Compared to the one I'm sitting in, which is non-existent. Here comes the 2-1. To Ballnock. Ballnock swings and misses. He was fooled on that. That's the one thing with that. It's not like an ephus pitch. It's just a really slow curveball. Mm-hmm. But that thing probably looks like a beach ball to Grayson County, and
breaks
sometimes
right at the last minute.
You think it looks too good. Break even. Swing and a miss. Ballnock. And it's fielded cleanly by the catcher, Key. And there's the first out here in the bottom of the second inning. Brody Armstrong comes in now for Grayson County, the left fielder. Brody hitting 333 with 8 RBIs. I love Brody, but it doesn't feel right seeing the 42 being worn on a baseball field.
I noticed that last week whenever I was here, him being number 42. I wonder if he even knows who Jackie Robinson is.
I bet he does. And the ball misses high. It is a little weird seeing that 42. If you look here on my stat sheet, I have him as 24 because I can't do it. Just feels wrong for me. And I know sometimes in some of the jerseys he will wear 24. The 1-0 pitch, ground ball to the shortstop Wilson. It's a slow grounder, though. Armstrong hustling, but a nice pick by Pierce down at first for out number 2 in the inning.
I think the real question is does Brody have a headband on under that helmet?
I asked him, and he said, no, it doesn't fit.
Okay.
Because you better believe, I said just wear it over the top of the helmet.
Yeah.
Spencer Langdon now to hit. We talked about this with Brett Johnston when he was on with us last game. How do we feel about Spencer's batting gloves?
Yeah, they're pretty bright. Looks like he's had a highlighter explode in his hands.
And first pitch swing is a fly ball into shallow center field, and it is caught instead by the left fielder Meredith, who goes down to a knee to make the play and end the inning. We're through 2 full innings, and Grayson County leads 1-0. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
In every Kentucky community, families are working hard, but struggling to access what should be basic essentials, housing and childcare. Not luxuries, not extras, essentials. The Kentucky Chamber is focused on improving access to housing and childcare at all ages and stages because Kentucky's families and businesses depend on it. When Kentuckians speak up, legislators listen. Go to OpportunityStartsHere.com and add your name because a stronger Kentucky starts with housing and childcare. OpportunityStartsHere.com.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Welcome back to Donley Field. It's 1-0. Grayson County on top. Here from a beautiful evening for baseball. Nice crowd over to our right. I was looking over there to see if I could see the one Mr. Brett Johnston over there. He usually is here to watch the game. I do not see him tonight, though.
Well, I looked down and I saw a couple of the other coaches, Ethan Meredith and Daryl Meredith. I don't see Brett, but he may be hiding down there somewhere.
I don't think Brett can hide.
Well, it's true. I haven't heard him, so.
This is true, and if he's watching, I'm probably about to get a text message from him saying something. Go Michigan to him, right? I don't know if I can say that. I guess it was the lesser of two evils from our vantage point, but him being the big UConn fan. Chase Bullock leads off for Edmonson County. Bullock hitting .333. And the first pitch he sees is a cold strike on the outside corner. Here's an interesting stat for Bullock. He leads the team with 12 hit by pitches. Edmonson County as a team has been hit by 24 pitches, so he is half of the hit by pitches. And he gets blown right by on that. Gage Napier, that was one of those that he just said, come on, get it, big boy, and Bullock could not.
Yeah, that's something that's probably your first instinct is to shy away from it, but if you can wear it, that's a hit.
And it goes over top of the head of Bullock. He somehow seemingly didn't want to wear it in the head. And, I think I probably can agree with him on that.
I say it only hurts for a second. That's easy to say when you're sitting up here behind the net and the glass.
The 1-2 pitch.
Up.
Right on cue.
There you go.
Hit by pitch number 13 of the season. Now, Steven, I don't think you know that you earlier today, and he's sitting out there right now, got to talk to the self-proclaimed state record holder for being hit in the head. He'll nod his hat over there. Briley Napier holds the self-proclaimed state record for hit by pitches in the head. I think it was at least 2 or 3. 3. He was hit by 3 pitches in his career in the head. And the best part about it is I think 2 of them were caught on camera.
Can't deny those 2.
As it'll be back to Hunter Wilson. He worked a walk against Napier back in the first inning to lead off the game. Did you ever play baseball?
I did up through Little League, played into Babe Ruth. And
cold strike to Wilson.
I realized that I never was a very good hitter. And I thought if you play baseball, you got to be able to hit. And if I had it to do over with, I really enjoyed pitching.
Wilson grounds foul.
And I kind of parts of me wish that I would have stuck with it and seen how pitching goes. Being 6'8" and having a high release point makes the ball look like it's coming straight downhill.
I wish I would have had worked on more pitching as well, myself being a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you don't.
Natural movement.
Exactly, on that. The 0-2 pitch coming is a ground ball foul. I mean, I've told the story plenty of times. I don't know if I've told it to you, Stephen, but the pitching coach right now for the Milwaukee Brewers, Chris Hook, was one of my first pitching coaches.
Oh, wow.
as he is from the Northern Kentucky area. I was really, really, really good friends with his son in high school, Christian. The 0-2 pitch is a line drive on the backhand, bobbled up by Langdon. He'll flip to second, and it is in time. The relay not in time. In a cloud of dust over on the far side is Spencer Langdon. He does beat the runner to the bag. An awkward play, but a great play made by Spencer Langdon down at second.
Yeah, at that point, you just got to do what you can to keep it in front of you. And Spencer looks like he may be shaken up a little bit, but he kept the ball in front of him, able to get the lead runner there at second.
Knowing Spencer, he's fine. You know,
Yeah.
or
He'll be
if
all right.
even if he's not, you're not going to know, at least until maybe tonight. Maybe Brad will hear about it a little bit later on this evening.
And Wilson, a big, strong boy, he hit that one right on the nose. That was a pop.
Braxton Green, the hitter now, with runner on first base is Wilson. But Chris Hook, he owned like a pitching yard or something, and my friend and I went and took some clinics with him.
Okay.
There's a called strike. So we claim that we're the reason he's in the big leagues, because if he can coach us how to pitch, he can coach anybody how to do it. And pretty much, I mean, listen, when you see me and you see like Brandon Woodruff or some of the other great Brewers pitchers, it's pretty much identical. Foul ball off the foot of Green. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I mean, velocity and break and placement, I'm sure you're right up there on the top list.
Listen, I topped out at probably 45. But I still remember to this day that he would always, when he coached us to pitch, and I was probably 9 maybe at this point, when you raise your leg, you got to break the egg.
Yeah.
Was always, and that has stuck with me throughout the years. And I haven't
Yeah.
seen Chris in probably a decade, but as that's popped straight up, Morris, the first baseman in front of the dugout, cannot make the play.
Yeah,
That's one of those you got to make.
Yeah, you got to make those, but, you know, you look at that, if you're a fan just watching, and you think, how did he miss that? That ball really plays tricks on you when it's hit high like that.
High sky today, too, with no clouds, bright day. And it's weird to say that you almost want clouds out there. Makes it a little bit easier to see. No balls, 2 strikes. It remains to Braxton Green. And it's outside. But every time I see Chris Hook on TV when the Reds play the Brewers, I'm always like,
Be his claim to fame.
yeah, listen. It might not be one of those things that he'd recognize me, but if I told him the story, he would absolutely know who I was. Pickoff move and safe. Very close, though. Wilson almost caught leaning.
You know, hindsight, you think about it, not knowing what you know now, but I think if I would have gone back as a 8-year-old starting to learn how to pitch, I think I would have tried to learn how to throw a knuckleball. Because, man, if you can get a knuckleball, that's a ticket to the major leagues.
Now,
I don't know if we've had one in the major leagues for the last several years.
It's been a couple of years. R.A. Dickey, I remember a couple of years ago, was a really good one. 1-2 pitch coming to Braxton Green. Hard ground ball, and that's through for a base hit into left field. Case Rogers gave it a look, but nothing he could do about that. And runners on first and second now with 1 out.
Yeah, Green squared that one up pretty well. Again, made really good contact. Hit it where they ain't.
Drew Pierce, the first baseman, struck out in plate appearance number 1 against Gage Napier. Now, Joe Blanton, how close to the age were you? Because I know he's from Edmonson County, started there and then transferred to Franklin Simpson, correct?
Yeah, Joe was 1 year behind me, and he actually transferred to Franklin Simpson my senior year. So I went with him through the Little League ranks.
Pitch coming, Napier gives it to Pierce, who fouls it off left side.
And I remember back my a cousin who was almost like a brother to me when I was growing up, and we were around each other all the time. That age group, the year behind me, had a lot of really good baseball players, with Joe being the leader of that group. I'll finish that after this pitch.
0-1 coming to Pierce. Napier, a long look down at second. And timeout is called by Drew Pierce. He finally said, it's still too long of a look, bud.
Yeah. But I remember there was an all-star game. I don't know who they were pitching, but it seemed like Joseph threw about 12 pitches in 2 innings, and it was just one, or I guess I should say 15 pitches and be 18 pitches.
You're going to get to
2
at some point.
immaculate innings, but he was locked in, and the hitters couldn't do anything with him, and that's the first time I remember thinking, this kid's got it. You know, there's not too many professional athletes coming out of Edmonson County, but he was definitely a special player.
Probably the only one, right?
That I know of.
The 1-1 pickoff move, and it hits Wilson in the thigh. Wilson is okay, though, down there. It is cool, and it is interesting. You know, I always think about, you know, when, second base has come out. They're going to have to do a little bit of groundwork out there on second. They were working on that for a while before the game. But I think back to just when you watch a player and you just see how different they are. You know, I think back to Sydney Moss, who played girls basketball at Boone County back when I was in high school, and she was outstanding as a basketball player. And just watching her, you can immediately tell this person is just different.
Yeah, and we became Phillies fans for a few years when he was on some of those Phillies teams, and we're watching the World Series, and Joe was pitching, and I remember this was before the National League adopted the designated hitter. I told my wife.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Drew Pierce. Runners on first and second. He pops it off again in foul territory. Jake Bratcher cannot make the play.
To that thought, finish that thought though, but I remember telling my wife, I said, now Joe used to be, we always called him Joseph growing up. He became Joe, I guess, when he got in college. But I said, he was a really good hitter. And about the next couple of pitches, he hits one out. And I went back and looked, and he was the last pitcher to hit a home run in the World Series.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a cool one.
It is. So, you know, I guess unless maybe Ohtani does it, I don't know if you'll see that again.
1-2 pitch. Pierce lines it looping foul down the left field line. The best part is Ohtani's never going to make the World Series again because the Cincinnati Reds
put the smack down on
them. Never again. Reds are going to win about 13 straight World Series. And
hey, I'd be fine with it, but I love my Dodger boys.
Listen, the Reds, as I was telling Riley before the game, I have hope right now. And when you're a Reds fan, you got to take that little bit of hope before they crush it.
You ride it as long as you can.
Absolutely. The 1-2 pitch to Pierce is outside, pops off the glove of the catcher, Bratcher, and it's going to go to the backstop.
You probably had a few years as a Reds fan this time of year, a month into the season. You've already lost hope. Plenty of those. I'm a Cincinnati sports fan. I know exactly what that is. The pass ball, though, will allow both the runners to advance, and now you're in a dangerous position here if you are Gage Napier with only one down in the inning, and Drew Pierce, a big bat, up. 1-0 Grayson County advantage. Pierce skies one again in foul territory. Rodney Morris this time will be able to make the catch. It was going to happen at some point. Pierce was fighting with the devil too much, and finally the Cougars are able to make him pay. Yeah, that's a big out right there to get Pierce, like you said, a big bat, and the last few batters have been able to put pretty good wood on the ball and got lucky on that one.
Looking here, I'm not sure I remember Joe Blanton pitching for your Dodgers.
He did. I think that was really late in his career.
The hitter now is Logan Key. Fouls off the first pitch. He's 0 for 1 today with a fly out to the right fielder, Snyder. Yeah, he pitched for the Dodgers, looks like 2015 and 2016 is when he pitched for the Dodgers.
Yeah, did he go anywhere else after that?
Looks like the Nationals is where he finished off his career back in 2017. 0-1 pitch coming to Logan Key. Ground ball to the shortstop, ball knock. He'll recover, he'll throw in time. Yep. Napier works out of the jam in the top half of the third inning. Edmonson strands a pair, and it's Grayson County 1 and the Edmonson County 0. As this is Cougar baseball on K105.
When I grow up, I want to be a ballerina.
Because dancing makes me happy. I get to entertain people, and nothing makes me feel more like me.
PI impacts millions of children's lives. Early and accurate diagnosis and treatment gives children like Olivia a chance to achieve their dreams.
It takes a great team to put on a show. It also takes a great team of caring people to keep a dream alive. And now my dreams are coming true.
For more information, visit our website at info4pi.org.
For each life moment, your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. Your kids may be eligible now, even if you've applied before. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Get started now at insurekidsnow.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back to Donley Field. We were just talking more about Joe Blanton, and we were saying, Stephen, you made the point that he was the last pitcher to hit a home run in the World Series. That was the only home run of his career, too.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and I remember seeing there was I think it was a Sports Illustrated maybe, where the lineup, the starters for the Phillies during those times, and they had some studs.
Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, right?
Or I was talking about the pitchers. They had
Roy Halladay.
Roy Halladay.
Was Oswalt on the team?
Oswalt was some on. I was thinking, was Cliff Lee on some of those?
Yep.
But I think the article was 4 aces and a Joe, because
Yes.
you had 4 studs, and then which Joe, I mean, at his time, I don't know that he ever made an All-Star game. Was a decent baseball player, nothing like what some of those other ones were. But
see, isn't it just hilarious to say he was a decent baseball player and is the best player to come out of this area?
Yeah.
It just shows how wild it is. I mean, in his career, he pitched in 100. Or let's see here, that's his in his complete. I mean, pitched in 427 games, made 252 starts, ERA of 4.38. 101 wins, 97 losses, and that is 101 more wins than everybody here tonight in the major leagues. At least, unless Joe's here.
Yeah, I
don't
think
think
he lives in California now, so he probably didn't come in for this one.
Well, maybe he's watching.
The Edmonson Grayson game, if he's watching right now.
When's the last time, as Elliot Stice is the pitcher, Rodney Morris watched the first pitch strike against Grayson County? Do you communicate with him?
No, I don't. I think
Morris, another pitch in there for a called strike from Stice.
I think when Facebook became a thing, I reached out to his parents just to kind of connect and see how he was doing, and he was still in the big leagues at that point. But as far as talking to him, I haven't.
0-2 is way outside. Be interested to see how often he comes back, because I know, he pitched a couple of years at Edmonson County and then transferred to Franklin Simpson.
Actually, that group started.
1-2 pitch to Morris, just misses outside.
They started infiltrating the high school team when they were in 7th grade, so he would have been a Wildcat for 5 or 6 years probably. But I remember there was something.
Break even coming to Morris. Ooh. Called strike 3. That one looked low.
Yeah, he was a catcher's interference away from a perfect game one time.
Really? Is this at Edmonton?
That was at Edmonson County, and I don't know for sure, but I think I see the guy that was catching that day down in the stands, and somebody might be able to correct me about that.
Here tonight?
If they're watching, but
yeah.
Do
you want to call them out?
I won't mention his name just because I don't have my facts exactly straight.
Did we mention this person earlier in the broadcast?
No, we did not.
Okay. Zach Snyder hits now for Grayson County. And misses inside for ball number 1.
Stice really working that breaking ball pretty hard. It seems to be his go-to pitch right now.
Zach Snyder, he's had a really good year. Wasn't in the starting lineup to open up the season, but has put his way in, and he's not let it go in that lineup, as Snyder this season hitting .389 with 6 RBIs, 3 doubles, but the stat that stands out the most about Snyder, and maybe to me it is one of the most important stats in all of baseball, and he doesn't have an opportunity to do anything with it right now, is average with runners in scoring position. This year, he's hitting .625 with runners in scoring position. He's now ahead in the count at 3 balls and no strikes.
Zach made about as good a catch last week against Whitesville that I've seen at the high school level, playing right field, laid out full spread.
He wasn't swinging there, cold strike.
And broke, I think when he landed, his belt was about on the foul line. He ran a long way. Full spread eagle layout, made the play, and it was a phenomenal play.
3-1, misses out. Ooh, called strike. That's second time that strike's been called. And my biggest thing about umpires, I say it all the time, is as long as that is a strike in the 7th inning, as it is in the 2nd, then I'm okay with
both teams, yeah.
Yep. Because, pitchers got to learn it. Now, the ABS has kind of eliminated that, but we're probably 30 years away from the ABS happening in the KHSCA. Popped off. Wilson, the shortstop, goes back on the grass to make the play for out number 2.
Yeah, Wilson, pretty good athlete out there at shortstop. Not really the conventional-looking shortstop that you would normally see in high school baseball. Got a really good body and throws it really well. We know, as we talked about him earlier, but covered some ground to get to that one.
Jake Bratcher, he is the hit for Grayson County today, and he came around to score. after stealing a couple of bases, and he hit the first pitch he saw. And this first pitch he sees is a called strike on that outside corner. Tell you, Stice, he's throwing a lot of just off-speed stuff, but it's working right now.
Yeah, it's really effective, getting that breaking ball to touch the outside part of the
0-1, extends on it is Bratcher. It's off to the right side. Pierce goes back, makes a nice play behind first, and that is the inning. We are through 3 innings. It is 1-0. Edmonson County trails Grayson as this is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Sophia A., absent, because transportation was absent.
Maria J., absent, because child care for siblings was absent.
Julio M., absent, because housing was absent.
Cole W.
Darren L.
Olivia H., absent.
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 Absent. When communities and schools is present, 99% of our students are present and ready to learn.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing that keeps us focused.
A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out that self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health.
Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post-9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I realized I could be successful in a civilian career.
We stand by warriors and advocate for their needs going forward.
They were by my side in the hospital, and they're still with me today.
Through our programs, community, and advocacy, we're proving
anything is possible.
Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/together.
Welcome back here to Edmonson County and Grayson County here. Donley Field hosting this matchup. Top of the 4th inning we head. Gage Napier right now gone 3 innings for the Cougars. 2 hits, couple of strikeouts, couple of hit by pitches. I think Gage is throwing the ball pretty well.
Yeah, he is. Kind of started out a little bit on the rocky side, but he settled in. And Sam, I know all the fans are going to hate it. This will probably be my last half inning. I'm going to go down and mingle with the regular folk.
Oh, are we? So, what does that make us then? The unregular folk, or
unless Danny Beasley will give me his chair, and I don't think that look means he's not giving it to me.
Jacob Logan to lead off for Edmonson County, and first pitch swing is a fly ball, shallow center field. Hawkins can't get it. He stopped, went for the dive, and probably should have kept on going.
A little bit of a hitch right there was Jed because he had a good beat on it, but slowed down ever so slowly. And
we're going to have official score Stephen Smith, E8 or hit?
As far as he had to run, I'm going to give it a hit.
Okay, I'm going to let official score Stephen Smith deliver that one.
Because Jet was laying out for it. I think it's probably one, if you ask him, he would say he needs to get, but I would give it a hit.
Elliot Stice had a sacrifice in his first plate appearance. You could probably assume that the same thing will be happening here. And he's showing bunt right on cue and pulls back. It's a steal attempt, not a great throw by Bratcher, and it tails off and goes into center field. A little bit of curvature on that throw from Jake Bratcher.
Tough break there as Stice squared around a bunt really, really early and then was able to pull the bat back, get out of the way.
Dangerous situation early on here in this 4th inning. Showing bunt again, and he did get enough of it. It's fouled off, though, right in front of the dish. Jake Bratcher just bends over, goes, and he grabs it. 1 ball, 1 strike here in this top half of the 4th inning. 1-0, Cougs on top.
Yeah, I don't know. You think Gage is probably in the mid-80s as far as speed, and you think about a guy in the pros.
Bunt pulled back and swing and a miss at the attempt.
How would you like to square around on a bunt with Aroldis Chapman throwing 106 right at you? I don't think I could see it.
No.
I don't think I'd ever pick it up.
Yeah, I saw a post, I think it was floating around on social media last week or something. It said, you know, if you got 10 at-bats against a professional pitcher, pitch misses high, back pick, not in time. you know, and you got paid like it was $1,000 for a hit or $500 for a walk or something, how much money would you make? And 0.
Yeah.
I don't even know that I'd make contact.
Yeah, I really don't think I would either.
And if I did, it would be the purest form of luck.
Yeah.
Misses high and the count goes full.
I don't think I could draw iron on Chase Napier or Gage Napier, and that's no disrespect to him. I just never was really good at picking up the ball. I always made up my mind before the pitch.
3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big pitch there by Gage Napier. Third strikeout of the game. And it'll be Tyson Meredith, now the left fielder. He struck out looking in his first plate appearance. Now here's the question. Could you get a hit off of Nacho Embry?
Oh, yeah.
You'd probably take him yard,
I'd put
you?
him over the 350 there where it kind of bends down right by the light pole out there.
See, I don't think you do, and here's the reason why. I don't know that he'd be able to get it over the plate to get you an opportunity to do it. It wouldn't be anywhere near you. Either that or he'd put one in your ear, which would be the possibility as well. The 1-0.
Yeah, I was talking to my cousin. We were texting, watching a baseball game one night, and he said, you know, soft toss, you think you could get one over a major league field? And I said, I really don't think I'd generate enough bat speed to even get it out there.
I had decent pop, but I didn't play long enough as Napier's fallen behind in the count. No, it was called strike there. It's just a late signal from our home plate umpire. I still remember there was one that I hit in Little League. I think it was probably my last year. And it was, I just roped it, crushed it, and right to the right fielder. It was one of those that it left. It wasn't long enough to be a home run or anything, but it's just one of those that it's, because sometimes when, and I remember I ripped it and I go running up the line like, that's a double. And right fielder there catches it, and I'm like, I was like, come on. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Count goes full. Because I was really good at understanding the strike zone and so on.
Yeah.
I had a high on-base percentage because I could work walks, I could steal bases, I could bunt, but I could swing the stick to save my life. There's 2 straight strikeouts now for Gage Napier. Tyson Meredith goes back with a bat in between his legs.
The last organized baseball I played, they needed somebody to fill in on that team that I was talking about, that group behind me. Joe Blanton would have been on that team and some of the other guys that were really good. It was a fall league down in Bowling Green, and I was like 1 for 50 from the plate this year. But the one that I hit right up the middle, about 2 bounce the center fielder, and it was one of those where it was like all the stars got in line that I actually made contact with it. But it was a perfect hit. You know, I round first, give a couple claps, and I was kind of feeling my oats right then.
Connor Self, the hitter, he popped out to third. He watched the first pitch ball. Called strike. Making the count go to 1 ball and 1 strike. I've always loved the game of baseball, just never really was that good at it.
Yeah.
Myself being a lefty, too, it makes things a little bit more challenging sometimes because it's a right-hander's game as it's fouled off. And I still remember the first kid pitch that I ever played. They had me play second. And for a lefty, that's not necessarily the easiest position to play in the world.
Yeah, probably a lot of people would tell you a left-handed player should not play second.
1-2 pitch. Slow grounder charging in, and they're just going to have to eat that one. Napier is going to take attempt. Head first slide, safe. Nice attempt by Gage Napier to at least attempt that, but that was one of those that was in an absolute no man's land. And there's runners now in the corners with 2 down.
Yeah, you think it's a perfect example for baseball. You made a perfect hit, flies out to right field, and it's like, man, this feels good. Hit it right towards somebody. And then the last batter kind of dribbles one about, 30 feet, and he gets a hit.
That's not quite the terminology, but I know former Cougar baseball head coach Danny Clark would describe the plays you're talking about as it's fouled off. He would call them duck farts.
Duck farts, okay.
Yeah, it's a duck fart.
Dribbler is sometimes what you hear it called.
Or a little blooper that drops in.
Yeah.
And you could hit 109 off the bat.
Right towards somebody.
Baseball's a cruel game like that. Runners on the corners, 2 down. Napier trying to work out of another jam, and he blows it by Chase Bullock, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Bullock's the hit by pitch guy. He was hit by pitch in the back in the second inning of play.
High leverage spot here. You'd like to see Gage be able to groove one.
Runner is off, outside, faking the throw, and they are back picking the throw down to third. Not in time. Tell you the fake worked.
Yeah, the hitter. I don't know. Is that Logan down there?
Logan is on third. Yes.
He made a couple extra steps there. Jake did a good job to drive him back. I thought he may have had him.
1-2 pitch. 2 in scoring position. Swing and a miss. And how about Gage Napier working out of another jam? We head to the bottom of the fourth. Is that for you?
Yeah, this is going to be it for me. Thanks for letting me come on. And good stuff up here.
It's been fun. So we head to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0. Cougs on top. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Friends don't let friends overspend. If you're looking to upgrade your home without blowing your budget, at Box Drop Litchfield, we've got brand new mattresses and furniture at the lowest prices around. Everything's in stock and ready to go so you can take it home today. Hurry, because the first to arrive gets the best selection. Find us at 115 Sequoia Drive, across from Farmer's Feed Mill. Box Drop Litchfield. Come see what everyone's talking about, and a proud sponsor of Cougar Sports.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness, offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
When you give blood, you give life. And when you give life, you change lives. Make a life-saving impact by donating blood with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, your hometown partner. As the sole supplier of blood products needed in Grayson County, your donation ensures a stable and adequate blood supply for you, your family, friends, and your neighbors. You are the hero when you give. Feel the power of community and compassion in every drop. Give life and change lives with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center. Life is on the line.
Welcome back here to Donley Field. Steven has gone off into the stands. Instead, we're going to bring in the big guns now. Briley Napier joins us. I like that we're doing just tag teams here, but you had to fit Steven's big head there out of the
I don't have a small head, but I tell you what, this thing could not fit.
Oh, boy. It'll be Jet Hawkins to lead off. Bottom of the fourth inning. Grayson County has a 1-0 advantage. And it was a run back in the first inning, and it was aggressive base running from Jake Bratcher. And first pitch from Hawkins, misses high for ball one. Hawkins popped out to the shortstop. It's interesting, Green, the third baseman, is playing in, almost looking for a bunt from Hawkins.
Yeah, I don't see that coming for Hawkins.
Probably the Cougars' best power bat, and it's a high chopper to the second baseman, Logan. On the high bounce, he'll get it, he'll throw on. And there's one out here at the bottom of the fourth inning.
Cougars really struggling to keep their weight back, see the ball deep. They're way out in front of this pitcher.
And it's tough when you have a guy who's throwing, we don't have a radar gun out, but not throwing very hard at all. You know what he kind of reminds me of? He's a right-handed Landon Chiarella.
Yeah, no, I could see it.
We're a soft toss and righty, and it's tough.
It's really tough.
Case Rogers grounded out to the second baseman in his first plate appearance, and he swings and misses at the first pitch high.
You really don't see a lot of right-handed pitchers up there throwing like this. It's more of a lefty specialist kind of thing.
Like Landon.
Right.
The 0-1 coming to Case Rogers is outside. Oh, nope. Was it called a strike? I thought I heard maybe a late signal from him.
Looked outside.
It looked outside to me, so I want to say it was. I thought I might have been losing my mind and hearing a strike call from him. 1-1 pitch. That one definitely is outside, and we'll see if he'll give us a count. If it was wrong, he would have let us know by now. 2-1. Okay, I was correct there. Sometimes you just got to trust your gut on it. Rogers pops it off towards us, out of play. For Stice so far today, 3 1/3 innings, 2 hits, the run, 2 strikeouts, and the picked off runner on base.
Yeah, the Cougars really aren't beating him. Like you said, running the first was Jake Bratcher just being a really experienced base runner.
Break-even pitch coming to Rogers. And he sends one right back up the middle for a base hit. That's a really good hit from Rogers.
That's what everybody in this lineup needs to do, and I know they all have the capability of it, but Rogers saw it deep and put it right back up the middle.
Gage Napier, 1 for 1 today. He had that infield single that really Wilson, the shortstop, made a great play on. Just was in no man's land on a slow grounder.
Yeah. What grade is Wilson in now? Is he finally a senior?
He is finally a senior, and probably Edmondson's saying the same thing about Gage Napier.
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably saying the same thing about Jack Logsdon as well. And the thing about them, sorry, there's a called strike. You still got one more year at Jack Logsdon.
I feel like I was hearing about him back whenever I was in high school.
I guess you all
He'd been a 7th grader.
Yeah, you all probably would have overlapped.
And he would have played.
He absolutely would have. I would have liked to have seen a Wilson versus Napier matchup.
I don't know about it.
You taking him yard?
Nah, not yard. Probably just a nice single up the middle. It's contact hitter.
That's right, yeah. 1-1 pitch coming to Napier. And back in easily is Rogers behind. I will say Gage has really improved his offensive game. I'm not sure if that was a point of emphasis for him, but, entering tonight's game, 381 average. And last year, it was, down around the 250 range, if my memory's right?
He struggled at the plate last year, but he made up for it on the mound, but yeah.
Outside it goes. Nice stop by the catcher, Key, behind the dish.
I'm assuming he is signing to be a PO in college. I would have to assume he's going to be doing mostly pitching, so it is kind of funny to see him really improve his game at the plate right before then.
But you keep hitting that way.
Yeah.
They'll find a place for you. 2-1 inside. It misses. And Napier's ahead in the count here at 3 balls and 1 strike. This is a good hitter's count for probably the smartest baseball mind on the team.
Most definitely. Comes with the last name.
Is that what it is?
Uh-huh, yep.
The 3-1 coming to Napier, and he pops it off. The best part about Gage, though, is, quality at bat's a good stat to use, and he leads the team in that category, in one of those categories, and it's not necessarily a surprise because
with
he
the
knows
average,
Yeah, and
seeing
that
a lot of pitches, getting on base.
And him being an intelligent player as well, he's going to foul off a pitch, he's going to wait, and he's going to work a walk there. Runners on first and second with 1 out now for Chase Balnock.
That's a mature at-bat from Gage that I'm sure if you asked him, that's not that bad. He's really putting together very well last year. I haven't gotten to watch a ton of games this year, but great improvement from him.
I'd like to see Chase get a good hit here. He's had a quiet year so far at the dish, hitting 167.
I was shocked to see that. I was really shocked to see that. I know he missed the first game, of course, because of basketball.
But Chase is one of those guys that he can light fire, and that pitch somehow misses him. That was a last-second bend. Chase will say, I get this batter's box, though, so I'm not going to get out of the way of it. If you want to hit me, hit me.
He planned on wearing that. It just broke a little too much.
Runners on first and second, 1 out in the 4th. Cougars lead 1-0 against Edmonson County, trying to get back to over 500 in district play, and that goes to the backstop. Balnock was almost going to take a swing at it, but that allowed both runners to advance.
You have a situation right here where Chase can really get back on track. All he has to do his job is put the ball on the ground.
Or a long fly ball. Gets you running, too.
Yeah, it would. Case would have to get on his horse, though.
I feel like Case got some good speed inside, and that's a foul ball.
More than his brother, probably.
Well, I mean, that's a low bar, isn't it? He might be watching right now.
I hope.
I know, in fact, I've seen Levi have a pretty good season at Asbury.
I have.
He's been playing quite a bit.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures from his mom. He's gotten quite a few games in. I think he got a save, actually, a couple weeks ago for a
awesome.
save. Yeah.
Congrats to Levi. Not surprised, though. And I know Chase will be joining him. And Balnock sends a fly ball into left field. Well, we're going to test it out. Meredith doesn't even have to move. He has it grabbed. Rogers is going to come home. It's a high throw, and Rogers will easily have it beaten as he takes an awkward slide into home. But it's now 2-0 Grayson County on the sacrifice fly.
You said it. That's all it takes. And you don't really see the sac fly come into play too much, especially here in 12th District baseball.
But here's the thing. The best part about that is that you're making the defense make a play.
Absolutely.
Take the bat off the shoulder and make the defense make a play. Brody Armstrong 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop Wilson. In his first plate appearance, Wilson made a nice play on that one. Runner Napier is on third, and he just extends on this one into shallow left center field, dropping for a base hit. Armstrong finds the open spot in the outfield and makes it 3-0 Grayson County.
That goes in the scorebook just the same as the liner ripped up the middle. Stick your bat out, hit the barrel, find a hole.
Steven and I were talking about that in the last half inning, how it is wild. That one works, but we could have somebody come up here and rip 109 off the bat right at the first baseman, and it's an out.
That was something that takes a lot of baseball maturity to be okay with that.
Spencer Langdon swings and misses at the first pitch from Elliott Stice. Langdon flew out into shallow left field. That was that awkward play that Meredith came in and went down to a knee out in left center to make the play. The 0-1. Langdon skies one in the infield. Green, the third baseman, calls it off, and he will make the play to end the inning. Grayson County, though, actually that is Pierce, I believe, as they've made a switch in the field. Pierce makes the play, and that is the inning. We're through 4. Grayson leads 3-0. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
At your global getaway, we're all about creating unforgettable journeys. Now's the perfect time to plan your 2026 adventure. Fancy a Royal Caribbean cruise, a Hawaiian escape, or a magical Disney World trip? We've got you covered. As a Royal Caribbean Master of Adventure, we're here for your cruise weddings, honeymoons, and vow renewals. Trust us, you'll be in expert hands. Visit yourglobalgetaway.com and let's make your dreams a reality. Your adventure awaits.
Smith Overhead Door isn't just about opening and closing. We're about safety, security, and style for your home or business. As a Future Designs company, we're lifting expectations across Grayson and surrounding counties with top brands like CHI and Chamberlain.
Hey there, I'm Kevin Brooks with Smith Overhead Door. Whether it's a sturdy LiftMaster for your garage or a sleek Clopay door for your shop, we install and service with a commitment to reliability. Smith Overhead Door, we're opening up possibilities.
Secure your entrance at sohd.info.
Welcome back to Don Lee Field. Sam Gormley and Bradley Napier with you. Shout out to Stephen Smith, too, for joining us. And thanks to you, too, for coming in and helping out here. And I know we had talked potentially about this, and maybe we get you again here in a couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, happy to do it.
Maybe we can even pull out a little Chase Blaine for a game.
Gotta do it.
I don't know that our payroll can afford him anymore.
No, he's big guy up there in E-Town Sports Park now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's locked in and watching right now, though.
If you say so.
Move that over there. There we go. Fix that. As it'll be leading off Hunter Wilson to hit for Edmonson County. He's 0 for 1 today, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike. What have you seen from Gage so far today?
First pitch strikes, like we saw right there, working ahead, really limiting big contact, really not a lot of hard hit balls in play. Timely outs. Last inning, if you were not able to get that third out, would have had bases loaded coming up with Edmonson County's best hitter at the plate.
You mentioned the first pitch strike. 72% of his batters faced today have been a first pitch strike. This is a tough play for Rogers. He's going to get it, throws across. Nice play by Case Rogers. Throws a laser across the diamond for the first out.
Yep, great play right there by Rogers.
Third base, I don't think people realize how far the throw that is.
It's a lot further than it looks.
And Rogers shows off the arm because that's why a lot of people can't play third because they can't throw it across the diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they usually get moved over to first base.
Do we have a new first baseman in out there?
It appears that we do. And we'll have to bring you who that is as there's a swing and a miss.
Believe it to be Reed Basham. I could be mistaken, though.
It looks like it might be. Reed Basham, one of the future stars of this Grayson County program.
It's definitely the plan.
And let's see, he's around here somewhere. I guess maybe I didn't add him into my list. So we'll have to put Reed out there. I don't think he's wearing 29 today, though. It looks like he might be wearing Joey Votto's number, isn't he? Man after my own heart.
Could be. I believe that to be him. I know he played first base against Whitesville Trinity last week. Made his varsity debut, I believe. At least in the
And got a
field.
hit?
Yeah, he did. He had a nice hit. Good 7th grader.
Way outside, the pitch to Braxton Green, 8th grader for Edmonson County. He's 1 for 2. He's gone into that 5-6 hole both times. Balnock was able to get it once and not the second time. And he goes right back to it again, but a high catch by Case Rogers down at third. How about Case showing off the leather here in this inning?
Case can play a little bit everywhere. I know coming into last season, thinking he might be our catcher, ended up playing a good second base, and here he is at third, making every play coming his way.
And he's caught this year as well.
Yeah, yep.
Drew Pierce, 0 for 2. Strikeout and a pop out in foul territory. And it's low and in the dirt. First pitch to Pierce. Napier, 80 pitches right now in this 5th inning. That's why I'm sure you'd love to have 1 or 2 of these quick ones with a 3-0 lead. Hopefully not have to go to the bullpen here tonight with another game against this Wildcat team tomorrow. Blows it right by Pierce.
Been a good, efficient inning so far, but yep, have 7 outs to go.
Inside, and if I know one thing about Gage Napier, he's ready.
Yeah.
For a game against Edmonson County. Knows this is the last time I'll face him here at Donley Field.
Absolutely.
Check swing. Did not go, and it's a ball on the inside. And listen, there's a decent chance last time he ever faces him ever.
It's possible. It is possible,
Without
depending on how
district
seeding. Yep.
And district tournament will be held down in Brownsville.
I was going to ask you where it was.
Slow grounder to Balnock on the low bounce, throws, and it's over top, and that's going to go out and into the bullpen. E6 on the play for Chase Balnock. He rushed it.
Tough play there. It was such an easy ground ball that I think he probably had a little too much time to think about the throw. Chase plays best whenever he's nonstop going, charging the ball, no time to really think about the throw.
It's just like on the basketball court.
Yeah, it is.
Logan Key, the catcher, with Pierce moving into scoring position now on the error. First error of the ball game on either side.
And Chase would tell you that's a throw that has to be made, but having Reed over at first definitely made that a little more difficult.
Rod Morris, who was over there originally, much taller, but I don't even know that he'd have been able to get to that one. It was airmailed.
Yeah, it was high. It was way high.
Long look for Napier down to second. Peeks back one more time, and timeout. Going to be called by Logan Key. Napier did deliver the pitch, but does not count.
Something that doesn't matter to somebody that hasn't played baseball, but I like Gage still following through with his throw there with the pitch. Something we always used to get fussed at was stopping completely. That's a good way to get hurt.
Yeah, it just keeps your routine going as well.
Mm-hmm.
The 0-1. Pickoff move, and it goes into center field as it was a little bit behind Balnock. Pierce had an aggressive slide as well. That's one of those, luckily, Balnock's okay.
Yeah. Chase ran daylight really well there. I think a throw on the line might have been able to get him.
Because that's where you see that play where you kind of hide behind the shortstop as well.
Yep.
Or hide behind the runner, rather, at shortstop.
You hide behind, you give a telltale sign to the pitcher. Whenever they look back, they go.
Pitch coming, slow ground ball to Case Rogers. He'll throw across, and that is the inning. Case Rogers makes 3 plays at third and strands another runner in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, 3-0, Cougs on top. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Across Kentucky, treatment providers, state and local governments, and nonprofit organizations are working together to support your pathway to long-term recovery. These providers and communities of recovery will walk alongside you and help you find your recovery journey. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, the KY Help Call Center can connect you with resources right now when you call 833-8KY-HELP. You can also visit findhelpnowky.org to find treatment options near you.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
New pitcher for Edmonson County is going to be Drew Pierce. It'll be his 9th game. He's got 3 starts, record of 1-1, an ERA over 10, 14 strikeouts, 21 walks in 11 innings. Just hearing that line, 14 strikeouts, 21 walks in 11 innings, what's the game plan for Grayson hitting?
Be patient, obviously. I'm assuming this is a guy that's going to come up there and really sling it, throw pretty hard, given the strikeouts, and then probably a little bit all over the place with the walks. Not to be Captain Obvious or anything, but
sometimes that's what it is, though.
Yep.
Is just to tell it as basic as it can be. I look over into the stands over to our right, too. We got a Cougar baseball legend, Dane Hawkins, in the building here this evening.
Speaking of high strikeout, high walk, there's your guy right there.
And somebody who could flat out hit the ball.
He could.
All of you all could in that time. And the first pitch to Reed Basham is outside for ball 1. I mean, a left-handed hitting first baseman wearing number 19. This is this is just right here for me.
How's that make you feel?
Oh, I love to see it. Fouled off behind the plate as future Hall of Famer Joey Votto. Don't you even cringe at that. First ballot.
He will not be first ballot. I'm not saying he shouldn't be a Hall of Famer, but he won't be first ballot.
I will cry.
He will not be.
I will cry.
The Hall of Fame voters are not the best group.
Now that I will not disagree with. As Basham rolls one to the first baseman, Wilson. He'll backhand it. How about Reed Basham, though, hustling all the way down the line to at least make that play close?
That's what you got to do, especially as a 7th grader getting a big opportunity here in a district matchup. He hit the ball well, just rolled over it a little bit out in front, but hustled down the line.
Zach Snyder popped out to the shortstop Wilson in his first plate appearance, and he fouls it off. First pitch swing. Snyder's a good athlete. He's got the locks flowing out from underneath of his helmet, kind of tucked in there.
I had a good time coaching Zach last year. He's a great kid.
Swings and misses at the pitch outside, and he's falling behind now. No balls and 2 strikes. Had a good basketball season as well. Be somebody that I know the team's really looking forward to over these next couple of years to continue to develop as both baseball and basketball. 0-2.
Glad to see him get an opportunity here this year to really play. And, I mean, stats are backing it up. Playing a good right field, batting close to 400.
And listen, stats tell you everything. You hit 400, you're going to find a place to play. Absolutely. And he loops one into shallow center field, down for a base hit.
Love it.
Finding the open spot in the field, and Snyder's on for the Cougar hit. The lineup flips back over to the top for Jake Bratcher. He's 1 for 2 with a hard ground ball to start the game off and came around to score what was the Cougars' first run.
Snyder's somebody at first base that definitely has the possibility to run here.
Pierce a little harder to run on than Stice. And first pitch is going to be down the right field line, and it drops in for a base hit. Snyder on his horse. He'll get to second to third easily. Bratcher stays at first. Runners on the corners now with 1 out in the 5th. Couple of bloopers for Grayson.
Great piece of hitting right there, though, from Bratcher. Seemed to be a bit of maybe a cutter on the outside corner, just taking it the other way, moved the runner to third.
Especially for somebody who can hit the ball as well. And Jet Hawkins, he popped out to short and grounded out in this game. Runners on the corners with 1 out in the 5th. Big opportunity here for Jet.
Yep. You got to keep it nice and simple here if you're Jet. Ball on the ground, anywhere in the infield, you're not doubling up Jet. He's way too fast.
Shows bunt. Puts it down that third base line for Bentley. It's a safety squeeze, and it's going to be an infield hit. Bentley came in looking to pick it up and throw it down to first. I don't think he's getting Hawkins anyways.
Ooh,
what's
are
the
we
call?
Calling here? We're calling a dead ball. Snyder back to third, Hawkins out.
What's the call here?
I'm not sure. No. Hawkins has been called out on the bunt. He might have been out of the box when he made contact with the ball. With Coach Nutt not arguing it in the slightest.
So I guess we call that batter out. I guess it goes down as a fielder's choice.
I guess so. I have to assume that was the call because Coach Nutt down at third didn't say a word to the umpire. Seemed like
so that's 2 outs now in this inning. Weird play there, and that's one of those that it would be nice if the umpire would turn around and say, "Here was the call."
Jet definitely jumped after that pitch. He didn't let it reach him. He kind of pushed the bunt down. So I'm assuming that's probably what happened. Unfortunately,
I don't know that I've ever seen that call.
It's more of a call in softball, slap hitting, going out of the box.
But it's more common in softball as well. Ball inside. First pitch to Case Rogers. Jake Bratcher takes second on the play.
It's the kind of call right there that'll really get you yelled at in a Little League tournament. I'll tell you what. I've seen it happen.
Not that you've ever experienced that, though.
No, never.
The 1-0 inside nearly hits Rogers. And if you're Drew Pierce, you're saying, heck yeah, because that would have been, this changes the entire inning. It would have been 1 on or 1 out with runners on first and second and a run in, and now you got the opportunity to get out of this inning without any further damage.
Tough break for the Cougars, but with Napier throwing like he is, you really like where you're at, but a couple insurance runs never hurts.
Because you think back to last Monday where in the 6th inning, Whitesville Trinity put a couple of runs on. 3-0 pitch, 4-pitch walk, bases juiced now for the cleanup hitter, Gage Napier. How about an opportunity to help yourself out here? And Gage this year with runners in scoring position has been very good, hitting .444 with runners in scoring position, looking to add to his 8 RBIs on the season already.
Good spot here for Napier to, not to jinx anything, but he can really put this game away right here if he can get a hold of one.
I think he should put one into Tony Embry's backyard right now.
That would put the game away if you ask me.
Foul ball off to the right side, and if that happens, then we all might just go home.
Yeah, I think I'll pack it up for sure. That would have to be a shot and a half.
Maybe put one in his back window or something, make him have to buy a new one. 0-1 pitch to Napier is inside for ball 1. The count moves even now, or 1-1-1, and throw him back to Pierce. He bobbled it. No one moved.
That's something as a pitcher you can't stand, especially in a big spot like this, bases loaded, and the catcher's lobbing it back to you.
1 ball, 1 strike. Nowhere to put Gage Napier. He sends a blooper into left field. Charging in is Meredith, and he's going to get there. And the bases are stranded loaded in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cougars threaten but can't get any across. We head to the 6th, 3-0 Cougs. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
In every Kentucky community, families are working hard, but struggling to access what should be basic essentials, housing and childcare. Not luxuries, not extras, essentials. The Kentucky Chamber is focused on improving access to housing and childcare at all ages and stages because Kentucky's families and businesses depend on it. When Kentuckians speak up, legislators listen. Go to OpportunityStartsHere.com and add your name because a stronger Kentucky starts with housing and childcare. OpportunityStartsHere.com.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Struggling with mortgage debt from COVID? Team Kentucky can help. If you restructured your home loan and deferred payments to the end of your mortgage, you may qualify for up to $60,000 in assistance to pay off that debt. Help is also available for other COVID-related hardships if you meet income guidelines. Apply today at www.protectmykyhome.org. This ad is sponsored by Kentucky Housing Corporation, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
You complete me. Together we're one. I never want to be without you. Together's more fun. Together we're one.
Welcome back here to Donley Field. Sixth inning we head. It is 3-0. Grayson County has an advantage against Edmonson County. Sam Gormley and Briley Napier with you here this evening. And Gage back out so far today for Napier on the mound. 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, 4 hits, 2 hit by pitches, no walks for Gage.
That's my favorite part of it.
He'll face Jacob Logan, who has a couple of hits today. First pitch swing, high bouncer to ball knock, who throws over to first to get the first outs.
Nice easy hop right there for Chase. Able to make the routine play and get a 1-pitch, 1-out for Gage.
Xander Bentley to hit now for Edmonson County. Bentley hitting .263 with 3 RBIs. He does the thing, and you see a lot of major leaguers doing this now. Are you a fan of the sweatshirt, the hoodie underneath the jersey?
I don't hate the look, but I certainly could have never done it as a player.
I know Ellie De La Cruz does that for the Reds.
Is that why he strikes out so much?
I'm pretty sure he's hit like 270.
Hey, that ain't bad.
Did you see, though, as his first pitch was fouled off, what my Reds did over the weekend to Chase Blaine's Minnesota Twins?
Are you aware of everybody the Twins sold off at the deadline last year?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
Doesn't matter.
Twins have been playing well.
Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Gage Napier to Xander Bentley. And it'll now be Tyson Meredith. He's also struck out a couple of times against Napier today. But you remember, we just have to call him the T's from now on because the Reds stole other wins.
There you go. I like that.
That was a good tweet by the Reds yesterday. I was like, I appreciate that. That's a good one. Meredith, high. I tell you, you can tell Gage is feeling good right now because that was a really quick.
He's in the groove right now. Just pelting the fastball in the zone, overpowering batters, going quick.
Fouled off. You as a former catcher, did you like pitchers going quick, or did you prefer to maybe slow down a little bit?
I was a little slow back there. I'm not gonna lie. Kane Smith was my guy on the mound, and
Kane take his time.
We would always take our time together.
Kane was the Yu Darvish of the the Cougar baseball team. I'm trying to think. I guess who was one of your quicker workers?
Braxton Hodges was always quick. I guess that was a little before your time.
It was.
Maybe.
Yep.
A little before your time.
1-1 pitch. Misses high to Tyson Meredith.
I don't remember Dane. I feel like Dane, I'm not entirely sure.
We could probably yell out the window and just ask him.
He'd just turn around and start laughing at me probably.
Probably wouldn't even know what we were talking about. He probably can't remember. 2-1 inside. Meredith dives out of the way of it.
Oh, he's about to be a Papa to be.
He is. I think very soon, right?
Maybe. I'm not sure
Him and
when.
his lovely wife, another great athlete here, Kenzie Renfro, as that's an inside, and there's the first walk of the game by Napier.
Jinx it.
Yeah, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
Kenzie could really play some basketball and
She could.
good softball player as well.
Mhm.
And I'm sure she was probably one of those kids that if she'd gone out there and played left tackle on the football team,
Probably would have done
yep.
just fine.
Connor Self will hit now for Edmonson County. He's 1 for 2. Had an infield single back in that last inning. That was the one that just kind of died. Napier ended up making a really nice play on it, but just one of those baseball plays. Napier 95 pitches right now in this 6th inning. Runner is off. Might have been a hit and run. It's fouled off.
Big at bat here for Napier, making sure we are able to get this out, keep the pitch count manageable to where we can get the 7th inning.
Is there an amount of pitches that you don't put him out in the 7th?
I mean, if he's pushing, 116, 117, where there's no chance you get through the inning, then I could see it. I'm a big fan of giving a pitcher a fresh inning, not bringing somebody in with somebody on base.
Ground ball foul. Of course, the rule is 120 pitches, but that is when you start an at-bat. So if Gage is at 119 pitches and he faces a batter and throws 35 pitches to one guy, theoretically he continues to
Yes.
Now, I would presume at that point.
I think we all call it quits.
Yeah,
It's a
something.
35 pitch at bat.
But still, just for it's the 0-2 pitch coming outside. Nice stop by Bratcher behind the dish.
I think there's a lot that goes into warming up before an inning, too, rather than coming in mid-inning. I feel like you get a lot looser, a lot more pitches just to get locked in on the mound.
1-2 pitch coming. 3-0 Grayson County advantage. Runner is off. In the dirt. The throw. The tag is a little too tall.
Good throw there from Bratcher, just a little high. If he can keep Chase on his feet with that throw, you definitely have the out.
And second base has come out again. A little bit of grounds crew work happening by Tyson Meredith down there at second. Now Chase is going to have to go over there and say, hey, nope, we got to do it this way.
Gage can go out there and help him. He has plenty of experience with grounds crew.
And here comes, look at Joe. I haven't seen Jody not move that fast in a while.
He's moving. Hey, if something goes wrong on a baseball field, that's when you get him moving. If you have to fix something, fix a base, fix a line.
There's one man that knows how to do it. It's him, though.
He's right at home right now. This is his favorite part of the ball game.
I hope we have a camera zoomed in on him or something right now. Maybe, maybe not. Nope, they're not.
Shame.
I feel like we need we need a sponsor for this. The Jody Nutt moment, sponsored by
Litchfield Parks and Rec.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure they won't mind.
He's out there working right now on second base.
He's got his little tool that gets down in the base.
We got somebody out bringing a shovel now.
Little Shake. Little Shake's got the shovel.
We need some music or something playing underneath. We need an official theme song or something.
I don't know what it would be.
I like the Reds. So the Reds pitching coach is Derek Johnson. He's a big classic rock fan. So every single time he goes out to the mound, he has his own walk-in music.
I love that.
So what would Jody Nutt's grounds crew music be?
What does Jody like to listen to other than baseball talk? I don't know if he has time for music. He's always on the phone talking to somebody.
He's really working out there at second. He's got the shovel in there.
I think they're digging a new hole. Trying to think, maybe some wrestling theme music. He was a big Ric Flair guy.
Okay.
Maybe get his music going for him.
They're really working down there at second. Oh, is he good? Little Shake's running off the field. That's probably a good sign.
He's moving too.
They were working on second base in pregame. There you go. Look at that.
Great job from.
I'm the only
Coach
person in the building clapping, but
we're all proud of you.
We'll be expecting our $5 later.
Yep.
Or cheeseburger.
He's grinning ear to ear. I'm telling you, that was his favorite part of the ball game right there. Getting to go work on the field.
Until maybe, hopefully in 4 outs.
I'm sure he'll enjoy the win, but that's a close second.
It'll be a break-even pitch coming from Gage Napier to Connor Self. What are you throwing here?
I think you got to go right at him. Fastball, try to beat him inside. They haven't really been early on him at all, so if you can beat him inside, get him jammed, maybe get a weak pop fly to the infield.
Say come and get it. The break-even coming from Napier. And it's fouled off.
Went away with that fastball. Like I said, I would like to see him try to go in with one. He was late on that pitch, try to get him to jam it.
Chase Bullock over there in the on-deck circle was probably saying, hey, bud, be careful there. I'm standing here. One more time on the break-even. Runner stands on second. 3-0 Grayson County lead. It's a looping shot into right center field. Zach Snyder, actually, it's going back is Spencer Langdon at second to make the play and end the inning. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Cougars trying to add some insurance. They lead 3-0. Cougar baseball on K105.
Friends don't let friends overspend. If you're looking to upgrade your home without blowing your budget, at Box Drop Litchfield, we've got brand new mattresses and furniture at the lowest prices around. Everything's in stock and ready to go so you can take it home today. Hurry, because the first to arrive gets the best selection. Find us at 115 Sequoia Drive, across from Farmer's Feed Mill. Box Drop Litchfield. Come see what everyone's talking about, and a proud sponsor of Cougar Sports.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness, offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
When you give blood, you give life. And when you give life, you change lives. Make a life-saving impact by donating blood with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, your hometown partner. As the sole supplier of blood products needed in Grayson County, your donation ensures a stable and adequate blood supply for you, your family, friends, and your neighbors. You are the hero when you give. Feel the power of community and compassion in every drop. Give life and change lives with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center. Life is on the line.
Welcome back here to Donley Field. Cougs on top 3-0. Looks like we have another new pitcher into the game here for Edmonson County. I didn't pick up on that, as it will be number 9. That is Jack Litch into pitch. He was the center fielder. So that'll probably remove the DH. He was the designated player, so I'd assume that would remove the DH then.
Interesting.
We'll have to see who the new center fielder is out there. Looks like there is a number 28 out in center field, Camden Bentley. We'll have to see who hits. Drew Pierce is remaining into the game, or is he out? Pierce is at third now. Looks like Bentley may have left the game. We'll figure it out here as the game goes along, as it'll be Chase Ballnock to lead against Litch, the starting pitcher, or the relief pitcher. Third game, pitch 1 2/3 of an inning, 1 walk, 4 walks, or 1 strikeout. I was going to get it. It's been a long day. 1 strikeout, 4 walks,
There you go.
3 earned runs for Leach.
I'd really like to see Bonnot get a base hit here, get things rolling. Cougar offense is going to really struggle to get a lot of runs going forward without him hitting.
Started off kind of in that leadoff role and has dropped down to 6th or 5th tonight, but he has been as low as 6th in the batting order, and that can mess with the psyche of a player.
It can. I mean, if you ask Jody Nudd at the beginning of the season, though, is Chase Bonnot going to drop to 6? I think that would shock him.
Did batting order matter to you?
Not really.
Because you pretty much hit, what, 3rd, right?
Second or third, yeah. It didn't matter to me personally. I think as a coach and as a viewer of the game, it matters a little more.
And 4-pitch walk for Chase, and he'll get on base. That's the guy you want on the base paths.
Yep.
Very quick, and it'll be Brody Armstrong now to hit. Brody had that little duck fart into left center field, as Danny Clark would call it.
Oh, yeah.
For a base hit in his last plate appearance. How do you feel about Brody wearing 42?
I I didn't even realize it, to be honest with you.
If you realize here, I have it on my stat sheet here. I have him as 24 because I can't, in good conscience.
You can't put it on there correctly?
And there's a steal for Chase Balnock.
I think it really works for him. I wouldn't expect much less from Brody.
I'm glad Brody's out here playing.
He seems to be having fun, which that's really the most important part. But yeah,
Brody's a good kid too.
He is. Bit of a goofball.
But you kind of need that. Called strike inside corner.
He's definitely somebody I would have enjoyed playing with. I'm sure he brings a different culture to the dugout. Not really a baseball-minded kind of guy.
Balnock off and running again. Breaking ball inside, and Balnock has it stolen easily down to third.
2 easy stolen bases for Chase. I think that goes to show how important it is that he is able to get on base, because he can take a bag just like that.
And he could probably steal home if he wanted.
Hey, 42 at the plate. Pull a Jackie.
Misses low, and it's 3-1. Be a big insurance run, too, for Grayson. You just want to try and add as many runs as you can in this inning. Makes it a lot easier on Gage and Napier, but also I think makes it easier in case you do have to go to the bullpen, that you're not having to put somebody in a dangerous situation. 3-1, and
that was the umpire's fault right there.
I was going to say. That almost could have been. Chase Balnock said at home they want it to be called a balk.
It would have been a balk. The umpire put his hand up and kind of confused the pitcher there.
And Jody Nutt's going to want an explanation
As he
here
should.
from our home plate umpire, because that is a balk, by definition of the rule.
That is a textbook balk right there. The umpire put his hand up. Not sure why he did.
Kind of a weird play there.
Yeah. Not the pitcher's fault, so I don't mind there not being a balk called there. Definitely the umpire's fault in that.
3-1 pitch coming, and it's a walk. First 2 reach on Leach. And Spencer Langdon, the second baseman. He's 0 for 2 here in today's game. And Michael Meredith, the head coach for Edmonson County, is going to come out. And looks like we're going to have a pitching change. New pitcher coming in for Edmonson County very quickly, making a change after only 2 batters. And the new pitcher, we will tell you who that is coming up after a 90-second break, as it is Grayson County 3, Edmonson County 0. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
At your global getaway, we're all about creating unforgettable journeys. Now's the perfect time to plan your 2026 adventure. Fancy a Royal Caribbean cruise, a Hawaiian escape, or a magical Disney World trip? We've got you covered. As a Royal Caribbean Master of Adventure, we're here for your cruise weddings, honeymoons, and vow renewals. Trust us, you'll be in expert hands. Visit yourglobalgetaway.com and let's make your dreams a reality. Your adventure awaits.
Smith Overhead Door isn't just about opening and closing. We're about safety, security, and style for your home or business. As a Future Designs company, we're lifting expectations across Grayson and surrounding counties with top brands like CHI and Chamberlain.
Hey there, I'm Kevin Brooks with Smith Overhead Door. Whether it's a sturdy lift master for your garage or a sleek clopay door for your shop, we install and service with a commitment to reliability. Smith Overhead Door, we're opening up possibilities.
Secure your entrance at sohd.info.
It's Tyler Harrell down at first. Welcome back to Donley Field. Couple of subs here. New pitcher, Xander, or no, it's not Xander Bentley, rather it's Logan, Jacob Logan. His 7th game, 2-2 with a 3 ERA. 16 Ks, 6 walks, and 18 2/3 of an inning. Langdon shows bunt, pulls back. Tyler Harrell is the pinch runner, and he will easily take second. I guess that'll probably go down as indifference.
Yeah, not a stolen base, as much as Noah Pearl or Chase Blaine would want to put that in as.
Oh, boy, you're going to call Chase Blaine out on statistics? Oh, boy, you're about to get a text message.
I hope.
Langdon lays a bunt down. It's a good one. It was going to be a safety squeeze. Langdon beats it out. Backside scoring. Headfirst dive into home for Bonnock.
Not the most textbook play there for the Cougars, but golly, it worked.
Infield single for Langdon. Plates Bonnock. Harrell stays at second, though, on the play. And that's a big fourth run of the game here for Grayson.
Harrell was about halfway down the line when he saw that Bonnock didn't break on contact. Made his way back to second. He could easily be standing at third, though.
And the right decision by Bonnock to not break on contact.
No,
I think he'd have been out.
Very smart play.
Reed Basham comes in here for Grayson County, 1 for 6 in his varsity career. He'll show bunt and misses on it. It was one of those that he kind of did too much of an effort to almost swing at it instead of bunting.
He did. You got to let the ball come to you whenever you're bunting.
And that's hard.
It is. Bunting's not as easy as these old heads that try to tell you to bunt against the shift. It's not that easy.
And that's thrown behind Basham. That'll allow the runners to advance 90 feet. Now I assume you pull the bunt off.
I'm curious to see here if they might try kind of a safety squeeze to get another run across, or this could be a good opportunity for Reed to be able to put the ball in play and get his first RBI.
No better time than against Edmonson County.
No. Could really build a lot of confidence here for Reed.
1-1 pitch coming to Basham. Cold strike on the outside corner. Do you remember who your first RBI was against?
Oh, golly. No.
Back when dinosaurs were on the field, right?
To start my freshman year, I got pinch hit for. Or not pinch hit, just hit for by DH.
1-2. Misses outside. You want to call Danny Clark out for that?
Yeah, that was a dumb move by Danny Clark. But first game he let me hit, I had 3 hits and didn't look back. But
shows what he knows.
I was just a little freshman.
Break even coming to Basham. Outside. Good eye by Basham to watch the pitch from Logan, the new pitcher for Edmonson County.
Jody Nutt wouldn't tell you it, but I think he had a little bit of it. DHing me as well.
3-2 pitch coming outside, and the bases are juiced now for Zach Snyder.
A good professional at bat there by Basham. Down in the count to start. Took 3 pitches close.
We had a long conversation in the pregame about Zach Snyder. He was the lone person in the starting lineup that didn't have a walk-up song, so they had to find one. So we ended up getting it Something in the Orange by Zach Bryan. Yours was a wrestling one, wasn't it?
Sure was. We had some Shawn Michaels going when I would walk to the plate.
Ball inside to Snyder. He's 1 for 2 today.
Sam, are you familiar with Shawn Michaels?
I know who he is. I couldn't tell you anything. I know WrestleMania was last night.
It was. It was a decent show.
But I couldn't tell you anything else about it as Snyder sends one to the backstop. I heard that there was Saturday. I heard there were a lot of commercials. That was the big complaint.
Way too many. Wrestling's really took a bad dip recently. Just way too much commercial and advertisement.
1 ball, 1 strike to Snyder, and did he go? He did. He did. Is the call? I think he did. I always like on those two our field umpires standing at second when they check down to him.
That's my biggest pet peeve as an umpire.
1-2 pitch coming to Snyder is a base hit into left field. That'll plate 1 run. Langdon takes a hard turn around. It's a good throw in by Meredith. That'll only plate 1, and Grayson County's starting to look at blowing this one wide open.
Good piece of hitting there by Zach Snyder. When you have the infield pulled in, hard hit ball's going to get through most of the time.
Jake Bratcher back to the top of the order. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, and both those singles came on first pitch swinging. I got to imagine he's probably going to be first pitch swinging here.
Absolutely.
5-0 Cougs on top here in the 6th. It's fouled off. Jacob Logan, the pitcher for Edmonson County. The runner on third is as a result of the reliever, Leach, who came into the game for 2 batters and walked the first 2 he faced. And it's inside.
Looking like he's going to end his night with 2 earned runs.
Actually, in fact, now that I say that, both of the runners that have scored are his result because there have been 2 runs that have scored in this inning. So he does have 2 earned runs.
Tough hit on the ERA.
There's a fly ball center field, curling over and jumping into the air to make the play is Bentley out in center. Coming into tag is Spencer Langdon, and that'll make it now a 6-0 game.
RBI. Bratcher got up there and he did his job.
The other runners do stay put, first and second.
There's definitely a chance the Cougars could have won this game just with a single run, the way Gage is throwing, but putting all these runs up, I think, can bode well for momentum going into tomorrow's game as well.
0 for 3 is Hawkins. You might remember that last plate appearance. He had that weird play that I assume when we go back and score it will go down as a fielder's choice. We think it was a batter's interference, I guess, is kind of how you leaving the box too early on it. I don't really know how it gets scored.
I don't know.
I would assume fielder's choice.
I mean, it happens more often in softball. There's obviously a way to score it, but just one where he left the box a little early on the bunt.
Hawkins, ground ball to the second baseman. He'll turn the relay, not even close in time. It does get one, though. We don't know who the second baseman is right now for Edmonson County. That's why we didn't call it. But as a fielder's choice, goes 4-6 on the putout. Snyder out at second. Runners on the corners now with 2 down for Case Rogers. What do you think of the baby blue?
I like it, but, man, it's way overdone.
Well, Grayson had the baby blues a couple of years ago, right?
They did, and I like
High chopper to the third baseman, Pierce. Double clutches it, throws it away. That's going to plate 1 run for Grayson County. Pierce, I think he took too long getting that, and I think it caused Wilson down at first to kind of hesitate on it.
Weird play there, yeah. It looked like a routine ground ball. He kind of double clutched on the throw and a little offline. Wilson's not able to make the play. And
you going E5 or E3?
I think it's got to be E5 on a throw like that.
I agree.
It wasn't it wasn't an awful throw, but
it's almost like he couldn't get out of his glove.
Yeah.
Runners on the corners now, down the left field line for Gage Napier. That'll easily plate another run, and Grayson County leads 8-0.
A lot of momentum coming in here for the Cougars.
And now Gage Napier is the winning run.
Yep. After what looked like it was going to be a close game going into the 7th, Cougars have a chance here to
Michael Meredith going to come back out. That's 19 pitches for Logan. And the rule, isn't it 20 to be able to pitch?
I believe so.
So he might make another pitching change, and it is. And, yep, just you go there, you go there, you go there, now you go there. And looks like it might be Tyson Meredith coming in to pitch for Edmonson County. Another pitching change for the Wildcats, and it will be Tyson Meredith in to pitch.
I believe Logan will be available tomorrow now for the Wildcats if that's what Coach was planning to do. But the way it's gone so far, I think the Cougars will be excited to see him again. They're really squaring the ball up against him.
So it's 8-0, and it'll be Chase Balnock that will hit. We'll keep it here talking while Tyson Meredith, the pitcher, it'll be his 7th game. 1-3, 6.46 ERA, 17 strikeouts, 22 walks, and 17 1/3 innings pitched for Meredith. Again, struggling to throw strikes at some points.
You have to be really encouraged here if you're the Cougars. Starting out the game, the bats were really slow, but you saw a really funky pitcher on the mound, throwing a lot of off speed. Even the fastball was a little loopy coming in at probably at most 60. These last couple innings, you've seen a more traditional pitcher, and they're really starting to tee off.
And now you can have the opportunity where Gage didn't even have to go back out there.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't complain, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind going out there and getting the complete game anyway.
Especially a complete game shutout.
Complete game shutout looks a little better when you go 7. Kind of like throwing a no-hitter, only 5 innings, it's just not the same.
Well, I know that the Reds had the no-hitter that Hunter Green lost against the Pirates. It was one of the doubleheader games where it was
that.
7 innings, and it doesn't go down in the record books as a no-hitter, even though he didn't allow any.
That was a weird time in baseball, 7-inning games. I'm glad we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I think in the professional game, because doubleheaders are so rare. Back then, it was a little bit more common.
Yeah.
Now, this is my hottest baseball take.
Oh, gosh, don't talk about it. Don't say it.
I'm not against the Ghost Runner.
I knew that's where you were going.
I'm not against it. Like, I
couldn't be more wrong.
But it is the interesting stat that, I saw somebody post saying that theoretically, because of the Ghost Runner, you could throw a perfect game and lose.
You absolutely could. I hate the Ghost Runner. I love that the playoffs don't have it because it's not real baseball.
I'm okay if they decided to, let's wait till the 11th or the 12th.
I'm okay with that. We don't need a game going 18 innings.
No, because you're just destroying arms.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, I think it's different.
Yeah,
but
you wouldn't have a couple classics that we got.
I mean, last year,
fall.
what was it, 18 or something?
Some of the best baseball ever.
Ball low to Chase Balnock, who hits for the second time in this inning. He got this inning started with a 4-pitch walk and trotted his way around the bases. So the Cougars bat around in this inning. Gage Napier, the runner on first, is the winning run. And it's a high chopper right back in the hole. This is going to be a tough play, charging in, and it's not picked up. Throw low, coming around to score is Grayson County. Case Rogers, and it's 9-0 on the low throw by the second baseman. Jacob Logan is the new second baseman, and he just had a low throw there.
When it rains, it pours. Really struggling to get out here for the Wildcats, and Brody has a chance to send us home a little bit early.
So Armstrong does re-enter the game here.
Yes.
Rogers comes around to score, and now the winning run stands 90 feet away. Talk about a game that we didn't think would be a run rule potentially.
Yeah. I am interested that Napier is still running for himself. I'm curious as if there is a 7th inning that he might not be the one to go out there with him still being on the base path.
Does it 9-0 make you more likely to switch it up?
I'm not sure. Depends on.
Cold strike.
I guess I should know, living with the man for a long time and coaching with him, what Jody Nutt's opinion would be, but I'm not sure if maybe he's more liable to go to a relief pitcher with this kind of lead or not.
Ballock did take second, not that it matters.
Yeah.
And good stop behind the dish by the catcher Key, because that could have been the game right there. Gage Napier, the runner on third base. He is the winning run as Grayson County leads 9-0 here in the 6th. They've blown this one wide open. Pitch coming. Swing and a miss. That's not a great swing from Brody.
It's not. He's looking to end the game here. He knows that the runner on third would end it. He's looking to find himself a hit.
I'll tell you, it's one of these where you could just drop a little bunt down that third base line.
He definitely could.
But if there's one thing I can imagine about Brody, Brody's not a bunter.
I wonder if he's ever put down a bunt.
I don't think so.
I know the first round of BP, you have to get a couple bunts down before you can swing it, but he might just skip it.
The break even coming to Brody. It is low, and the count goes full. Standing in the on-deck circle is Spencer Langdon. That would be somebody that I would assume could probably throw down a bunt.
He threw one down this game, I believe, right? Langdon, he got a bunt single this
You are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Put down a good bunt.
3-2 pitch. Called. Strike 3. Watches it go, and we head to the 7th inning. Cougs, though, feels a little bit better as they score 6 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. We head to the 7th, 9-0 Cougs. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Kentucky's outdoors is calling, and the time to answer is now. From world-class fishing on our lakes, rivers, and streams to renowned deer, turkey, small game, and other great hunting opportunities across the Commonwealth, don't forget your hunting and fishing license. Don't hunt or fish? You can still support conservation by joining Kentucky Wild and helping protect our most vulnerable wildlife. Hunting and fishing licenses, Kentucky Wild memberships, they're investments in our wildlife and outdoor spaces, so they thrive for generations to come. Get yours today at fw.ky.gov.
Paying for your student's college can feel overwhelming. Scholarships and grants help, but they might not cover everything. That's where the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan comes in. With competitive low interest rates and no application, late, or other fees, the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan offers a smooth and affordable solution. Owned and managed by a state-based nonprofit lender, we're committed to helping families like yours. Apply today and take the next step in supporting their dreams. Visit KentuckyAdvantageLoan.com or call 800-988-6333 to learn more.
Across Kentucky, treatment providers, state and local governments, and nonprofit organizations are working together to support your pathway to long-term recovery. These providers and communities of recovery will walk alongside you and help you find your recovery journey. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, the KY Help Call Center can connect you with resources right now when you call 833-8KY-HELP. You can also visit findhelpnowky.org to find treatment options near you.
Welcome back here to Donley Field. Gage Napier out to close this game out. I said that, Briley, and didn't actually look to see if it was or not, so I'm glad it actually is him.
Yep.
I would be surprised if it wasn't, and he will be facing 9-1-2 in the order for Edmonson County. So it'll be Chase Bullock to lead off. He is 0 for 1, hit by pitch and a strikeout. Bullock, the hit by pitch king. He swings and misses there. He is 13 of the 25 hit by pitches on Edmonson County's team.
13's a good number in the season. Now, curious to see where he will end up at.
The 0-1. Swings and misses there. I'll tell you, somebody just put a bunch of ketchup down on their sandwich or something. I smell a whole lot of ketchup right now out the window.
I sure do, too.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches and down on strikes. Go the Wildcats, and it'll be back to the top of the order for Hunter Wilson, who's 0 for 2 today. Hit by pitch and grounded out twice in this game. It's one thing I got to give a shout out to one Chris Drake. Chris Drake would always bring us up some cheeseburgers in the middle of the game. Hope Chris is doing well. I haven't seen him in a
I
little
bet
bit.
he is.
And that's right back up the middle, and Hunter Wilson gets his first hit of the ball game. You weren't going to hold him
It's
hitless.
It's tough to keep him hitless. Would have been a good confidence booster for the Cougars if they did, but with a 9-0 lead, you're okay with it.
And you can let him run around the. Well, I guess, are you a little bit maybe to. Since it's a shutout? It's weird that 9-1, maybe you let him run around the bases a little bit more. But
it's interesting. I think if you're the Cougars, if you can keep them from taking any moral victories here, it would be nice.
Especially playing them tomorrow.
Right.
Braxton Green 1 for 3.
Not that 9-1 feels good, but if you're able to scratch across a couple runs here in the 7th, I think you feel better if you're Edmonson County. So shutting that down would be good.
I think going in with momentum into tomorrow is the biggest thing. Because right now, the momentum is entirely wearing orange. Ball inside.
Best thing about baseball is, you sleep tonight and you're over it tomorrow, brand new ball game. But the back of your mind, you're remembering this game.
Cougars won all 3 of the matchups against the Wildcats last year. They've won 4 straight in the series, looking to make it 5 today. And there's a cold strike on the outside corner.
This was a much-needed performance for the Cougars after, splitting with Whitesville Trinity last week, which is something that, the Cougars definitely did not want to happen. But sweeping the Wildcats would help fix that pain.
Because then you still can get yourself that 1 seed.
Right.
Popped off, right side, long run for Langdon at second, and he can't make the play. But it's going to turn into a fielder's choice. No, it's not. It's thrown into left field. Wilson takes a hard turn around, and that is a bad scenario there for Grayson County.
It was almost a fantastic play by Langdon to get to that ball. And even though he wasn't able to make the play, he had an easy out at second. He just rushed the throw.
E4 on the play.
He rushed the throw there to second. It would have had Wilson out easy.
Because Wilson, there's nothing you can do there.
No. And right there in that Bermuda Triangle, the second baseman is the only one that can get to that ball. They have the best angle on it.
Drew Pierce, 0 for 3. Struck out. Reached on an error as well. And it is a outside for ball 1. That is 110 pitches right now for Gage Napier. And I'm sure Jody Nutt, it's at least in the back of his mind that he's having to start think about potentially who would come in to close this one out.
I'm sure there's somebody warming up right now just in case.
Swing and a miss.
That error, it's very unfortunate that it could cost Napier the complete game.
Somebody is warming up in the bullpen, but you never know, too, if it's a JV, because there is a JV game after this.
Well, if whoever you have starting the JV game come in and get the last couple outs.
And foul ball by Drew Pierce. He almost takes out his teammate in the process. Logan Key, he might probably saying, hey, bud, didn't I buy you McDonald's last night? Like, that's how you're going to repay me?
Not in Brownsville.
That's
maybe,
true.
Maybe Dairy Queen. Maybe a pizza from the Minute Mart.
Well, I think the Minute Mart's gone. I think it's now a Casey's.
It is, yeah.
The 1-2. Pierce, right side, which I have heard great things. Not that they're a sponsor. I've heard great things about their pizza.
The Godfather's pizza is very good. Is that still?
No, Casey's has their own special.
That's a shame.
I have heard. So I have a friend who lives in Illinois who swears by their breakfast pizza. Yet to have it.
That's a real disappointment.
See, we got more. Public Address announcer Brian Payton says that their breakfast pizza is delicious.
Godfather's Pizza, though, it was good stuff.
Did you sign an endorsement deal without telling me with Godfather's Pizza?
I wish. Man, I wish.
Wouldn't you wish NIL was a thing back when you all were playing?
I might have gotten a couple bucks from, like, Sicilian Bank, maybe.
The 1-2 pitch. Whoa! Ooh. Now that one really legitimately could have done some major damage. Jacob Logan might need to go change his drawers.
That was scary.
That could have been really bad.
That was scary.
Because that was hit that was smoked off the bat, and they're all now headed into they're all headed into the dugout to hide now for Edmonton.
That hit the brick off the dugout, probably less than a foot away from hitting the head.
And that would have been bad.
It would have been really bad. That ball was smoked.
1-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. It is in the dirt and fielded cleanly by Bratcher. And the Cats are down to their final out with 116 pitches for Gage Napier, so he can finish what he started.
Big out right there for Napier. Still in play to get the complete game shutout.
Logan Key, 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs and a fly out. Napier trying to close it out. Swing and a miss. Gage Day with 8 strikeouts.
Good night at the ballpark.
You know what would be even better?
None.
Popped up, and that'll be behind us, out of play. I hear it smack off the pavement behind us. And the Cats are down to their nope, it is not my car. My car is parked as far away. They'd have to hit one pretty far to get to mine. The 0-2 pitch. I don't want a new windshield. High.
Pitch number 120 coming in here.
And again, he can finish the batter.
Yeah, he can finish the batter, but it'd be nice to end it on 120.
1-2. In the dirt. And the count will go even. If Key reaches base, Napier would have to leave the game.
Got to go right at him here if you're Napier.
You're probably feeling tired. So when you reach down and get that extra little bit, and it's a ground ball foul. Hope I didn't speak it into existence, Briley, of the 35 pitch at bat.
Oh, boy.
Like Michael Meredith went down there to grab the foul ball, is yelling at Brody Armstrong, saying, you should have come over and gotten this.
I don't think Brody moved an inch. He didn't even think about it.
Break even coming. Swing and a miss. 9 Ks for Gage Napier and a complete game shutout to close us out. And the Cougs have moved to 2-1 in district play. That's a good win today.
Big win. Great performance from Napier. Couldn't ask for anything better from your ace.
They needed a big performance, and they get it. Gage Napier, 7 innings, 9 strikeouts, and a walk. We'll come back, wrap it up after this as Grayson County wins 9-0. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Friends don't let friends overspend. If you're looking to upgrade your home without blowing your budget, at Box Drop Litchfield, we've got brand new mattresses and furniture at the lowest prices around. Everything's in stock and ready to go, so you can take it home today. Hurry, because the first to arrive gets the best selection. Find us at 115 Sequoia Drive, across from Farmer's Feed Mill, Box Drop Litchfield. Come see what everyone's talking about, and a proud sponsor of Cougar Sports.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness, offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
When you give blood, you give life. And when you give life, you change lives. Make a life-saving impact by donating blood with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, your hometown partner. As the sole supplier of blood products needed in Grayson County, your donation ensures a stable and adequate blood supply for you, your family, friends, and your neighbors. You are the hero when you give. Feel the power of community and compassion in every drop. Give life and change lives with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center. Life is on the line.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
At your global getaway, we're all about creating unforgettable journeys. Now's the perfect time to plan your 2026 adventure. Fancy a Royal Caribbean cruise, a Hawaiian escape, or a magical Disney World trip? We've got you covered. As a Royal Caribbean Master of Adventure, we're here for your cruise weddings, honeymoons, and vow renewals. Trust us, you'll be in expert hands. Visit yourglobalgetaway.com and let's make your dreams a reality. Your adventure awaits.
Smith Overhead Door isn't just about opening and closing. We're about safety, security, and style for your home or business. As a Future Designs company, we're lifting expectations across Grayson and surrounding counties with top brands like CHI and Chamberlain.
Hey there, I'm Kevin Brooks with Smith Overhead Door. Whether it's a sturdy lift master for your garage or a sleek clopay door for your shop, we install and service with a commitment to reliability. Smith Overhead Door, we're opening up possibilities.
Secure your entrance at sohd.info.
Kentucky's outdoors is calling, and the time to answer is now. From world-class fishing on our lakes, rivers, and streams to renowned deer, turkey, small game, and other great hunting opportunities across the Commonwealth, don't forget your hunting and fishing license. Don't hunt or fish? You can still support conservation by joining Kentucky Wild and helping protect our most vulnerable wildlife. Hunting and fishing licenses, Kentucky Wild memberships, they're investments in our wildlife and outdoor spaces, so they thrive for generations to come. Get yours today at fw.ky.gov.
Cougars win today by the final score of 9-0 against Edmonson County. Look at this. I finally get my chair to sit here. As the final line score for today for Edmonson County, no runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. For Grayson County, 9 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors of their own. The winning pitcher is Gage Napier. He goes the distance, goes 7 innings with 5 hits and 1 walk and 9 strikeouts. And the loss is saddled to Stice. He goes 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts in the game. For Grayson County, RBI-wise, they spread it out. 7 RBIs across. Bratcher had 1, Rogers had 1, Napier had 1, Balnock had 1, Armstrong had 1, Langdon had 1, and so did Snyder as well. Hits-wise, Snyder went 2 for 3, Bratcher went 2 for 3, and Napier also went 2 for 3 on the mound. There is a JV game that is going to be happening as well here tonight. We won't have the call of that. I'm sure if you are interested in that, you can come out here to Donley Field. It's a little chilly outside, but still feels pretty nice inside this press box. It's nice and toasty in here, so we've enjoyed that. I don't know if Coach Nutt will be making his way up to us or not. I see him making his way towards us, so he might actually want to come up and have a post-game chat with us here. We'll see if he wants to, as he's coming towards us. We'll see. He might have to do some more landscaping out there down at second. Looks like they're going to talk it over, so I don't know that we'll get Coach Nutt here tonight. We'll try to talk to him maybe next week before the Butler County game. So that'll pretty much wrap us up here tonight. Grayson County defeats Edmonson County 9-0. Want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work. Addison Parker was your director, or was your camera operator, and Owen Nacho Embry was your camera operator. And Addison was your director. We're just going to say that's what it was and switch it up that way. So if you have any complaints about the camera work, you know to go towards Nacho. So for Stephen Smith and for Briley Napier tonight, where Grayson County picks up the 9-0 win. Well, actually, let me just make sure here that Coach Nutt hasn't popped his. I haven't seen him out there. Maybe he is popping his way towards us right now. I just don't want to make sure that we shut off before he has his way to come up to talk with us. And I do not see him making his way towards us. So that'll wrap us up here tonight. So for all of them and the crew, on a night where Grayson County picks up the 9-0 victory, this is Sam Gormley saying so long, everyone.